So our last stream, we were playing Pal World, and it has since gained another million fucking people.
A couple
having
million
bought it.
more.
Yeah, yeah. And officially AAA game developers are starting to bitch and moan about it. The senior artist of Naughty Dog literally tweeting out, "My gut is telling me Pal World was made nefariously. I just have no proof. Just dev intuition." And then someone else replies, "It does feel like that, doesn't it?" And he replied with, "Making a game is just so difficult. They're cheating somehow. I just can't pinpoint how." No, they made a game that was designed to be fun and not preach to people, you dense, dumb fucking idiot.
Yeah, they're just upset that The Last of Us 2, whatever remaster or whatever shit came out about it, like the same day. Just like no one cares about it.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it was a thing until yesterday.
They're big mad about it. It's great. Because,
I mean,
The Last of Us 2 is so dog water that nobody bought it. Like, barely anybody bought it. And those that did hated the shit out of it because it just took the story of the original game and shit all over it.
Yeah, that's what I had heard.
And then on top of that, they were super preachy and really elitist about how the game was set up and done and all the press talks about it. And now that it's been just completely oblivious and just obliterating the shit out of it with their, oh my god. I can't get over how brutally it was overshadowed by Pal World coming out. That nobody was talking about. Like, Pal World is a game. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, like, they keep breaking the peak record, and I am like, if they break peak record of all time, I think that will, like, show Nintendo, like, yo, if Pokemon was on PC, people would go in droves to buy it. Like, I don't think they realize how much of a gold mine they're sitting on.
If it was good, that's a problem.
Even if it wasn't good, look at how much Scarlet and Violet sold.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It sold because people thought it was going to be good and were effectively deceived. And it's very hard to refund a Nintendo product.
True.
Hey Zippy, hey Atomica.
Getting an early start. We're just talking about stuff.
Hold on, wait. I just heard a ding. What just happened? Zippy, thank you for the gift sub. Oh,
God damn it.
Starting early.
Also, today is the day where I get to do my Phoenix Wright rival voice.
Yes.
Miles McEdgeworthington.
Miles McEdgeworthington.
The fourth.
Love
that. As he gave me permission to. By the way, a lot of anecdotes and stories are going to be about Pal World today because we've been playing a lot of it.
Yeah, like I haven't been playing a ton of it, but I've been seeing people play it, and I have been learning a little bit about the source code. So
okay, you know how on Pokemon they've got different tiers of Pokeballs?
Yeah.
So it goes what? Regular Pokeball,
Great, Ultra,
and
Master.
So as he, in all of his wisdom, did the equivalent of he used the Giga Ball, which is the equivalent of an Ultra Ball.
Kind of. There's like 6 or 7 tiers of spheres in Pal World.
Okay, well, you used the third level one on a level 2 chicken.
Yeah, I accidentally did that too. Except it was a fucking Lamb Ball instead of Chickapee.
And it had okay stats, but it was just the fact, like, that had us gagging with laughter for like 20 minutes as we imagined this fucking chicken accidentally being brought in on a royal palanquin. We called him Sir Clucksworth the Fourth.
Sir Clucksworth the Fourth. I love that. I love that immediately.
He's just sitting there looking over and I'm like, oh yes, all of these peasants minding their own business while I sit here in my majesty, the mighty hand that nobody understands. Yes. Fear me.
Just like, Don't they have? No, I'm thinking of King Paka. I thought they had like a King Chicken. I'm like, no, that was King Paka. I'm thinking of.
Oh, sorry. It's Cluckington the Fourth, Sir
Cluckington.
Sir Cluckington the Fourth. And we were just we were just memeing on that hard.
I love Sir Cluckington the Fourth. I am a Sir Cluckington the Fourth stan as of this moment.
I also somehow got my main pal. I thought it was gonna be like an awesome wolf or like a big badass or something like that.
Yeah.
Nah, I just somehow picked up one of the little leaf dudes, the leaf squirrels.
Leaf squirrel. Fucking.
And he had like 4 traits, all of them max level.
What
like,
the fuck?
He had Musclehead and like Workaholic and I think Vanguard. He had like all positive stats and another attack boosting one. So he's got plus 40% attack natively. When this little fucker jumps on my head with his Uzi, it is a war crime.
I mean, I feel like a few people have described Power World as that.
Oh no, Azzy and I actually play humanely. Like, our goal is to play the game humanely. Even when we get to the factory section of it, we're going to, my thought is we're going to make a black factory, but we're going to assign the pals as foremen, and we're going to enslave all the pal hunters and force them to work there.
You know
We're just
what?
going to force all the poachers to work there.
That's funny. I like that. Hey, Zongolito. What's up, everybody? Furries and Ace Attorney. Yup, Furries and Ace Attorney. That's basically
it.
That is tonight.
Furry voice actors as well. We both voice act for various things.
Yes. For various things that may or may not be Twitch appropriate.
Yeah. No, the horrible game I was in is Twitch appropriate. It's just
well,
it's just a horrible video game.
We did stream it. The question is it Twitch appropriate though? Because I don't know. I had to fucking. California is a great state.
Start the stream, please, before I become.
I'm gonna fucking forget that. It's so good.
I'm gonna die inside. I hope the next time you shit, it comes out sideways.
Probably will. All right, let's get into this. Fucking what? Oh, that's right. I remember now. Here we go.
So, I apologize in advance. I may be having a slight technical difficulty.
What's that?
So, one of the drugs that I take not only actively fucks with my memory, like my short-term memory, it annihilates it really badly. But also it makes me blink uncontrollably sometimes.
Oh.
Sometimes I'll be dealing with that side effect. It'll go away for months at a time. And like other times it won't. And like, you know how like when you blink, you blink like periodically, you're not blinking nonstop.
Yeah.
The side effect of this drug is it can make you blink up to 7 times more often.
Your brain can't filter all that blinking out like it normally does.
No. I will give you, if you time me, like, hold on, I'm gonna look at the Twitch clock, right?
Okay.
And for 1 minute while we're talking, I'm going to count how many times I blink.
Okay.
And just to let you know how much this drug is making me blink my eyes uncontrollably. All right, I'll start now.
Yeah. Let's say. I can't say I've ever been on a medication. Maybe I have not been on many medications in my life. I think obviously like antibiotics and shit, but like the only non-antibiotic like regular medication I've taken, I think, is hydroxyzine, which is the anti-anxiety medication that I sometimes take. Which I'm very thankful it's not a daily thing because I forget to do daily things sometimes, and I'm very happy that I can manage my anxiety with a pill that's just as needed, which thankfully is very rare. But I'm just gonna click it over so we get some music, because I'm sure the silence is weird.
Oh no, you can hear my eyes blinking like a fucking old ass cartoon.
Speaking of blinking, Iris is blinking a lot. Yeah, she blinks quite often.
74.
You're blinking more than once a second?
Yeah.
Oh my god, are you like... You just went over it. You're fine. It's just the
Yeah,
medication.
it's just really annoying.
Yeah.
My eyes physically get tired from blinking so much.
God.
And the worst part is like it's like I can almost tune it out, but it's a mixture from like eye irritation and the way this drug interacts with your brain and your fucking eyes in specific. It's gabapentin for anybody who's curious. It's like a neurological it's an anti-seizure drug that I need for the disease I've got. I don't get seizures, but like fibromyalgia like causes your nerves to just be like fuck you and like tweak the hell out and shit, so you're constantly in pain randomly, and this is one of those things that blocks some of those nerve receptors, and the narcotics that I'm on are for the ones that get through, so I can function without writhing in agony like I'm being stabbed all the time. So like, you know how the Hulk is always mad? I'm always in pain. It sucks shit, but you know, I deal with it as best I can.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say to that. I'm terrible.
I also apologize for every single person who just heard me go on this blink-centric rant that is now aware of their own blinking.
I'm very aware of it.
Yeah, like you could count yourself how many times you naturally blink in 1 minute, and then realize that I said 70-something times in
76
60 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, it's annoying.
God.
Oh my god. Oh wait, hold on. I have to get my soundboard up because otherwise I won't be able to annoy. Yeah, I need to make sure that I have the capability to do this. Iris. There we go.
Oh, yep. Okay, there we go.
Yeah. Anytime she shows up on fucking screen, man, I'm hitting that button.
Oh my. Mr. Larice feels that way about me?
Apparently, he isn't aware of your real secret at all. This is no time to be embarrassed.
I'm sorry. I'm just hardly accustomed to that sort of thing.
Worry not. And in any case, whatever it was that he saw on the night of the incident, mark my words, I will drag it out of him.
Does that mean Mr. Larice is the witness today?
No. I believe that none will be the first to take the stand.
Sister Bikini.
She claims to have seen the very instant in which you carried out the crime, allegedly. I just want to ask you one last time. It really wasn't you who killed Miss Elise Dunham, correct?
That is correct. It wasn't me.
Very well, then.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes.
You are a prosecutor, aren't you? Are you sure about this? If your true identity is revealed...
Don't worry, I've made the necessary arrangements.
I see.
Iris. It is a prosecutor's job to doubt people. But right now, I am a defense attorney. And a defense attorney's job is to believe in people. And to believe until the bitter end. That is what my friend once told me.
You should call him. Oh my god.
I should probably answer his calls.
Mr. Edgeworth.
That makes... I should probably just stop leaving him on red, but honestly, it's gotten funny at this point. I simply ask that you watch and decide for yourself. Whether or not I am fit to do the task I have been entrusted.
Very well, sir. I leave my defense in your capable hands.
Yes. And yeah, this is my Edgeworth, apparently.
All right, let me warm up my voice here.
I don't know, Edgeworth just seems like he's got a little bit of the... Oh, Jesus, dick-sucking Christ. So I've got to do Edgeworth, this cock garage, and...
And
today Ice Wolf is challenging himself.
Apologies.
Court is now in session for the trial of Sister Iris of Hazakura Temple. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Sorry.
The defense does appear to be ready. However, the same cannot be said for the prosecution in this case, apparently. Indeed.
It is really weird seeing him on this side of the.
Yeah. Oh, I wonder if they made any like weird perspective goofs, like they didn't flip the canvas correctly or some shit.
Well, I mean, it looks pretty solid so far.
Yeah, it does.
We'll see the other sprites.
I'm not sure such a blatant waste of the court's time, or I don't like it. That the prosecutor's chair, that only means one thing, and I don't like that. The prosecution has no confidence in their ability to provide their case. It seems this case is already over before it had a chance to begin. It's kind of funny, actually.
Hey, Deacus.
I guess we can just do that shit in the court a lot nowadays. We could just say fuck it. Also, howdy, Deacus. I am ready to announce my verdict on this time. The court finds the defendant.
I'm sorry, I'm having a little bit of difficulty over here.
The court finds that the shit. Oh hell.
The prosecution stands ready.
And you are?
Francisco von Karma, prosecuting prodigy.
Von Karma, you say? Perchance you wouldn't be of any relation to the legendary prosecutor Manfred von Karma, would you be now there?
Legends are a thing of the past. I am a von Karma. That is all. Upon a special request, I flew in today for the purposes of prosecuting this case.
You did? So I guess you're quite a big shot, eh? By the way, Mr. Edgeworthington. Yes, Your Honor. I am almost certain that I've seen you somewhere before, or am I imagining things? You look very much like a prosecutor I met once. I believe you are imagining things, Your Honor. Hey, Miss Von Karma, do you have anything to say?
There is no such weakling as this man among those of the prosecutor's office.
There isn't? But I'm sure like once before in this— Holy crap!
I told you, there is no such weakling.
Wait, what the— that's a whip! I'm not sure I like the idea of a lady having a fucking bullwhip in my courtroom. You best get that shit under control. Bailiff, remove that whip at once. I have no objection to the whip. Well, that just raises further questions!
Fuck.
The prosecution can wield a whip or drink 17 cups of coffee. But there is still only one truth. But there— yeah, and that's what I stand here to prove today.
This promises to be interesting, Miles Edgeworth. I had expected to face Phoenix right there. I had expected to face Phoenix right here today. But looking at you now, maybe this is what I have been waiting for all this time. Miles Edgeworth, I will not allow this chance to crush you slip through my fingers.
Well, I see you brought your flair for the histrionic. Allow me to add the things I'm not sure about. People acting bizarrely in my court. Ah!
The stage is set. Now continue with the proceedings, Your Honor.
Ah, very well. Miss Von Karma, please give an outline of this case. With as little whipping as possible, if that's possible at all, yeah.
The murder victim is the famed picture book author, Miss Elise Dunir. Her body was found in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. She had been stabbed through the torso by a ceremonial sword from a golden statue.
Yeah, the sword in this picture, this is the weapon in question, correct? Very well. The court accepts this photo of the crime scene into evidence.
Zippy, thank you for the $5 donation, dude.
Thanks, Zippity Doodah.
There is no mistake. This was the doing of Sister Iris. After all, there's a witness to her crime.
Iris!
Very well. Please bring this witness to the stand. And so it begins.
Like inspecting that spread. It looks weird, but it's anatomically correct. It's so unnatural.
You're on the wrong side, Edward. My first and last trial as a defense attorney.
Finally getting to live in his father's footsteps. Witness, state your name and occupation, please.
Hold on a second there. I don't know. I'm not so sure if I care for this at all. Witness, please stand up and nice and straight. If I recall correctly, there are a few milk crates in the defendant's lobby for our back pain plagued witness.
This poor woman.
Hey, bailiff, could you grab a crate for this poor lady, please?
Once again, your name and occupation, please.
Oh, little me, okay. Oh, yeah, okay. I tell you thing, well, I'm the head nun at the Hasakura Temple on the Eagle Mountain. My name is Bikini, you got it? Bikini. Nice to meet everyone.
You don't appear to be wearing a bikini right now. Okay, I deserve that one.
The courtroom is the garden of holy judgment. Those with lechery in their hearts should leave the sanctuary at once.
Wait, you want me to leave? This is my courtroom.
Oh, yeah, okay. Don't get your bikini in a twist. Let me tell you a thing. I'm a sight to behold in the summer.
In any case, witness, I hear that you saw the crime take place on the night in question.
Oh, yeah, okay. I can still hardly believe in myself, to be honest. There's no way dear little Iris can do anything like that.
All right, well, I guess I'm ready to close final judgment. Actually, you know what? Let's hear what you got to say first. First, let's tell me about your own movements that night, eh?
I fucking love that anytime he does say about, they actually spell it as a boot. Like they're really wanting to make sure you remember this guy's Canadian.
Yeah, yeah, we're committing to. Yeah, this here right there is committing to the bit. All right.
Iris!
Okay, the night that I was helping Acolyte with her training in the inner temple, but well, as you can see, my back likes to act up violently. Oh, it hurts so much. So I left
Iris!
to help the Acolyte and return to Hazakura Temple. There's no bath at the inner temple, you see. I needed a long hot soak. It was after I had finished, she was just heading it back. Then I saw it.
You're
Iris.
You're all right. You're right, Dandy.
Bye.
Interesting. So it's simply a coincidence that you found yourself returning to Hazakura Temple, yeah?
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, you could say thing, yeah, okay. If my back hadn't been in so much pain, I would have stayed at the end of the temple.
Well, that sounds like a pretty important statement she just made.
There is only one problem with his testimonies that I can see. And you're not about to fall at the first hurdle, now are you, Miles Edgeworth?
All right, Edgy Wedgie, please begin your cross-examination-y.
Also, yeah, the voice acting balancing is really rough on this. Okay, don't worry, the latter half of it is gonna be hell for me. Don't you worry.
Oh, yeah, Dandy, it's okay. I tell you a thing, I got it under control, okay? Okay, yeah.
You left Iris to help. With what?
Oh, what do you think? The acolyte training, of course. It was just past the 10 p.m., so we were starting to enter into the training exercise proper, oh yeah.
Wasn't it your place to remain with the disciple?
Hey, thank you for the follow, Mr. Panda Boom.
Hey, thanks, dude. I hope you enjoy yourself.
Okay, you wanted the job is simple to watch it over the acolyte so they do not pass away.
Just to confirm this point again, that night, you met Iris in the inner temple, correct?
Iris! Oh, yeah, she's a gentle, honored girl. She never once failed to follow my instruction.
The crime took place in the courtyard, correct?
When you go from my room to the main hall, you ought to take the winding hallway from which you can see the courtyard.
That's right. In other words, it was pure coincidence that the witness saw the crime taking place before her eyes. There was no complicated setup in this case.
That certainly seems to be true. There is indeed only one problem with this testimony. If I can clearly point out what it is, then I can begin to quantify just how good this witness's memories and observation skills are.
Okay, let's see. I'm just... Oh, I didn't mean to double click on that, but that's picture. Okay. Let's... Okay. I think she rang the lights out bell at 10 p.m. and then was in her room until the murder was discovered. So let's...
Yeah, Bader, she's kind of like a nun. She's a shrine maiden.
Yeah.
So it's almost think like a nun, but more for like old Japanese style shrines. She's like more like a priestess, kind of.
Yeah, kind of like a guardian of the shrine, more or less.
Yeah. Witnesses have to undergo their own trials, I'm afraid. The defendant's fate rests on their powers of observation and memory, after all.
Oh, well, don't you worry. I'm more than up to the task. I'm a woman of fate after all. I take the head honcho of Hazakura Temple. Everybody got to bow down to me, okay?
In that case, Miss Honcho, I'd like for you to explain something for me. The discrepancy between your testimony and that of the defendant, Iris. She claims that after ringing the lights out bell, she went back and stayed in her room. Which means she did not go to the inner temple at all.
Oh, no. She said that?
A defendant or a witness? Who is more likely to lie, do you suppose? The defendant is simply lying to cover her back.
But that is completely illogical. The murder was committed in the courtyard of Hazakura Temple. Claiming that she went to the inner temple would make for a much better alibi.
Oh, yeah, that is kind of weird. Whatever the reason, I can't believe that she would lie.
Yeah, she does indeed have those honest eyes. Nice tits to okay.
All people lie. That is my belief.
Hell, somebody's got daddy issues. Why am I the only one being whipped here? Any road. Neither the witness nor the defendant have any reason to lie. Which means...
Zippy, thank you for the gift sub.
Thanks, Zips. We must call your memory into question.
Oh, dear. You're older than me and you want to play that game, do you?
Okay, alright, well, hold on there, Sweet Pea. This isn't exactly what I said.
How old is she? 48.
I'm only 48 years old. This is some bullshit. My memory is perfect, crystal clear, especially in the winter.
Alright, then I suppose it's too early to end this cross-examination, eh? You know, maybe she's just got a problem with being short-sighted. On account of her being like 3.5 feet tall.
Oh, okay, that's a low blow. Okay.
I mean, a high
Mr.
blow isn't
Edgeworth-
gonna hit her.
Oh, shut the head up! That's a very rude to come out of your mouth. That's very disrespectful. I can't help it. I used to be 6'2" until the accident. Shut your mouth.
Deep lore for her.
Yeah, oh yeah. When I served in the Korea, they blew off my legs from the hip to the knee, and they had to hot glue them back together. That's
Holy
why I'm
shit.
so short right now. Okay, oh yeah. It's
My
also why I
fucking
look
God.
so good in a bikini. My
Zippy,
legs go
thank-
all the way up because they won't attach any other way.
God damn it. Zippy, thank you for the biddies, by the way.
Thank you, Hamster. Alright, well, you're gonna need to show me more, like, a more decisive piece of evidence and less weird deep lore about your thigh situation. Understood, Your Honor. I was naive to think that alone would do the trick. Alright there. Now, please add your comments about Iris to the testimony. And let's return to the cross-examination.
This is a new statement. Iris came to the intersection. She was dressed exactly as she had been at dinner. Except, she gave this to Phoenix.
Witness, let's get one thing straight. The defendant who you claim to have met. She was wearing this demon-warding hood, correct?
Oh yeah, that's the thing. It is a very important piece of clothing, I have you know. Oh yeah. Hold on, wait a minute. Oh hey, don't talk over me.
Hold it right there. Why do you have that?
Well, that's the question of the day now, isn't it, Miss Von Karma? I'll have you know that this hood was given to someone as a gift that night. Before the lights out bell was rung.
What?
You know where I'm going with this, don't you? If the witness had seen the defendant as she claims, then the Iris she saw should have been missing this very hood.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god, she's literally on a fucking set of boxes. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
she is.
She is only 3 feet tall.
She is a very tiny woman. I feel bad for her.
Well, that's not a bad feeling at all, exposing contradictions like this. I understand that happy look on Red's face every time he does it. Alright, order in the... Okay!
Sister, this hood. You have spare ones around the temple, don't you?
Oh, spares. Well, I do tend to make too many of them.
I see, so there's a surplus of hoods, huh?
Each nut is only given the one hood. This should be the only hood that the Iris owned.
Well then that's quite strange.
Ow!
If there was a surplus of hoods, then she could have worn one of those. There is no contradiction here.
I'm sorry to break this to you, Miss Von Karma, but you won't get away from me that easily. Discrepancies such as this will sow seeds in any human's heart. These seeds of doubt.
In case anyone was wondering if Edgeworth's thoughts were just as poetic as his spoken words, yes, Edgeworth is just that kind of person. Fucking love it, though.
I do have a question, actually.
Yeah.
In the game where you play as Edgeworth, is he a
Yes.
defendant or a defense attorney or a prosecutor?
He's a prosecutor. You only play the investigation segments. There is no court segment in his games.
What?
Yeah, that's why it's called Ace Attorney Investigations. And so he's on the scene helping doing the job of the police for them to make sure they get the right culprit.
Why?
I don't know. It's just how it goes.
But he's a prosecuting attorney.
I think it's because they couldn't find a way to make the playing as a prosecutor compelling. Because in court, in these places, like, you already have, like, the prosecution at such an advantage. Like, they do still have, like, testimonies and shit, and it plays fundamentally the same. It's just you're only on scene.
No, you can absolutely make it compelling by making it very clear that the defense attorney is dirty as hell and that the fucking person on the stand clearly fucking did it. And they just have a shit ton of bullshit that you've got to figure out a way to cut through to figure it out. You can absolutely have a compelling game as a prosecutor. I think the reason why they didn't have him as a prosecutor is much again because this is based out of Japan, where they've got an over 90% conviction rate.
Yeah. And so that's why I'm saying is, you know, the court cases are supposed to, like, be there to make a statement about the state of defense in Japan. But
I wonder if they, do you think like a game set up almost like Phoenix Wright, but in like more of an American situation where like the defense attorneys could be crooked as fuck?
Oh, you mean Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law? Yeah, there was a Harvey Birdman game that plays like Phoenix Wright.
It's so fucking good. Don't even get me started about how good that game is.
I have been wanting to play it at some point because I have heard it's fucking good.
It is a goddamn riot. If you actually love the Harvey Birdman show, like, holy fuck.
I only saw like 2 episodes of that shit, but I fucking loved it.
I am definitely, oh my god. And the best, I think it's fully voice acted too.
Yeah, it is.
Which would suck because I can impersonate half the characters of that.
I'm sure you can.
Ha ha! Dislocation. Did you get that thing I sent you, Dandy?
Oh
Dandy,
my god.
Did you get that thing? That thing that I sent you?
Also, yeah, Jay, there's a game based off of it, and it's really good.
Ha ha! Dangly parts. Dislocation.
Yeah. All right. Sorry
that
about
was a tangent.
I like, sometimes I enjoy showing off the fact that I have this obnoxious repertoire of voices that I can do.
It's great.
Great. The best part is when I mix and match them in inappropriate ways. There have been moments where I give a random character in a game that I have to read for the voice of like a very well-known character, and it just throws the mood completely. So I only do it in like bizarre, odd games, like if I have to play as a pigeon. There exists a Let's Play where I voice act numerous pigeons while drunk.
Is it the fucking pigeon dating sim?
Hatoful boyfriend, yeah.
Yeah. There's also a bird Phoenix Wright game, which I have been tempted to play. I forget what that one's called, but.
Alright, take care, bro. Alright, anyways. While I don't wish to call your testimony into doubt, you must give every detail with precision.
I'm not sure how comfortable I am going along with this.
Sister, as you said. Hold on, I lost one. Sister, you shall continue with your testimony. Tell us what you saw after finishing your bath on your way back to the inner temple.
The seeds of doubt are sprouting in the judge's heart. They just need a little bit more stimulation to bear fruit. Contradictory stimulation.
I don't like the way he thought the word stimulation like that. That was uncomfortable. Okay, so I finished my bath around 11 and wait, do I have to give all the detail?
Only the relevant ones.
Okay, so I got the yeast infection, so I was dealing with...
sister, that is... leave that part out. I want...
okay.
After
okay.
the bath.
Okay, yeah, okay, I get you. I tell you a thing. Okay, so I thought that you returned to the inner temple. And as I was walking back, I heard a noise from the courtyard, and I look around. It was missing at least, and that sort of a thing. Oh, Miss Elise was staying in the corner room, which faces out of the courtyard. The stabbing I saw must have occurred when she was pushed out of a window. Oh, very graphic part, and I don't like it.
All right, you saw a really horrible thing that night, didn't you? If I was in your place, then it would have been much like Miss Von Karma whipping Mr. Edgeworth in two in court. And me seeing it all from this very chair. Yeah, well, something like that. This judge. His imagination is about as vivid and creative as Detective Gumshoe.
If you don't recall, that was exactly something that Gumshoe envisioned on the last stream. Except from you saw it from the witness stand instead of the judge's bench. I would look as a fool if I commented on such foolishness.
Okay, you say that word a lot. I don't know if you know what it means.
Anyway, this case is mine, Miles Edgeworth.
Calling everybody by their full name, can't you do something out of that habit of yours?
Keep in mind, these two are like siblings. Like,
yeah.
I fucking love, like, just... Franziska Von Karma, one of my favorite characters.
So about now that you mentioned it, I'm gonna talk you up a little bit. I'm gonna brush your buttons here.
Oh, I know what you're gonna say. Okay, go for it.
So I was watching some of the Phoenix Wright anime because I wanted to see how good our voices were compared to the official ones and what was different and shit like that. Some of them were pretty on point. And then I heard Franziska Von Karma and Dandicoot, a man, plays Franziska Von Karma better than a female voice actress doing Franziska Von Karma.
Now here's the thing, I disagree with that personally, but I am flattered that you think that.
Okay, but here's the thing, like, she may have the it's a girl part, but like, you know, Edna Mode was still voiced by Brad Bird.
That's a good, yeah, true.
You know, like,
No, darling, I only work in credit, you know. No capes, no, darling.
like,
No capes.
and he was trying so hard to make sure that, like, it's like, no, miss, when you're playing Edna,
Edna sounds like this. She's very personal. She got the passion and the flair for the drama. You know what? Fuck it, you're fired. I'm doing it myself.
like, so like your fucking Franziska Von Karma gets like that spiteful, aloof, bitter vitriol and up her own acidness
Yeah.
that, you know, that like I really...
It's really hard to channel that sort of like emotion. Oftentimes when I'm voicing Franziska, I always have to do it with like a strained smile on my face, not like a full like cheek to cheek smile, but that like tiny little smile of just like, oh, I'm like a very smug sort of thing. That's one thing I've noticed is adopting a facial expression that matches the personality of the character helps get out like their everything so much better.
Also,
it's
Mike,
kind of a smart. It's hard to say. It's like
a little voice acting thing. To answer Mike, like 60% or maybe more percent of children being voiced in cartoons and anime is going to be a woman. Boy or girl character, it does not matter. It's going to be voiced by a woman.
And if it's from that era, like Rugrats and everything, it's probably Tara Strong. In fact, I think Tara Strong did voice Chucky Finster. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. Also, yeah, Goku is a grandma in Japan. Like, his voice actor, she's the sweetest old lady. And okay. I fucking love that.
Nozohara-san is a wonderful woman. She's fantastic. Interesting thing about that is typically in Japan, when they go from a kid to an adult, they change voice actors. But Goku's voice was so iconic as a kid, they kept it, and it just worked.
That's amazing.
She may be. I'm not sure. Like, I would need to literally be fact checked about this, and I do ask for it. I think Masako Nozawa is the longest running voice actress for a single character in animated history. I think because Dragon Ball has been going on to some extent well into like the 70s. So that predates The Simpsons. And she's still going today as Goku. So that's a long time to be voicing the same character.
Yeah. Honestly,
yeah,
impressive.
And also the actor who plays Krillin, same boat, except not just Krillin, but also Monkey D. Luffy. But yeah.
Oh my god, don't get me started because the English dub. Sometimes when we are watching One Piece, Myth will switch it over to the English dub for a moment just so I can hear some of the voices. And every time Usopp speaks in those scenes, it just like flashbangs me because I just like, that's Krillin. I can't hear that voice as anything but Krillin.
Which is funny because the Japanese say for Monkey D. Luffy is the Japanese voice of Krillin.
Yeah, that same thing in English too, weirdly enough.
But yeah. Anyway, sorry. I'm very passionate about voice. It's part of why people watch, I think.
Yeah.
But I am very passionate about voice acting, so. All right, well.
Let's see here. This testimony.
You're making her have a little fit. This is the second time that the witness has testified to seeing the defendant. But some doubt remains in these claims.
Oh, hey, just what did that mean? Just because you're a good-looking young man doesn't give you the right to ruffle my feather like that.
The murderer who stabbed the victim with the sword. Sister Bikini, try to recall exactly who it was you saw as clearly as you can.
Okay, well, let's see. You're a handsome young man, so I forgive you. Okay. Now, now that you mention it, there was something awfully strange about her. Something that has been bugging me all this time.
All right, please don't keep us in suspense.
Her hood.
A hood.
Yeah, that's right. It's coming back to me. I noticed she wasn't wearing her hood at all. That's something went out of place, but it all makes sense now, doesn't it? After all, she'd given the hood away to someone, right?
Huh. As you've dug your own grave, Miles Edgeworth.
All right, what do you say, Mr. Edgeworth? The testimony important?
Yeah, I think it's pretty important, actually.
Yeah, this may initially appear to put me at a disadvantage, but I can't see any other leads at the moment. Your Honor, I would like these new statements to be added to the testimony.
Miles Edgeworth, if you want to hang yourself, you need only to ask. I'll gladly lend you my whip.
I'm sorry, I know where it's been. I decline. Whoa, that was
Francis just gives
spicy.
an icy.
Holy shit. Holy
Francis
shit.
just gives an icy stare from across the courtroom.
Yeah. All right, witness, add that statement to your testimony.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Didn't have her hood on.
Honestly, I really love Sister Bikini. She's one of my favorite voices to do so far.
Yeah, she's genuinely fun.
Yeah, oh, she's bouncy. I really like her overall vibe.
Yeah, like her animations too, like the little cheek jiggle that she has when she's laughing. It adds a lot of character to her.
And like when we get those first witnesses in Phoenix Wright games, I always worry it's like, how did this fucker do it?
Yeah.
You're sure about that?
Oh, yeah, okay. I thought we always went to the same clothes. Oh, I didn't mention it because we're poor, you see. It's our style, that's it.
There's absolutely no need to explain yourself.
Okay. Anyway, she looked different than the normal, so that really stuck out.
Like me holding a Vipit puppy instead of my Vip.
Well, at least then it might bite you and not someone else.
Iris didn't have a hood on, I'm sure of that.
All right, very well. Now, please tell us about the victim, eh?
Let's see. Okay. Stabbing must have occurred after she was pushed out. Whoa. That one statement was a red herring. Hold on. The death cause was loss of blood from stabbing back, and then the body fell. Objection.
Impressive logic. That's what I'd like to say, anyway.
Oh, please do. My brain is something else, especially in the winter.
However, I think you're overlooking one thing. Miss Von Karma, would you be so kind as to take another look at the autopsy report?
The autopsy report. You can't update that. You're the defense.
Oh, but I can, my good bitch. The victim did fall from a height of 10 feet. However, the fall was after she was killed.
Oh,
Oh, I love that look. Oh yeah, that's right here. It says right here, after death. Oh, would you look at that? The scene the witness claims to have seen is contradictory. If the defendant stabbed and killed the victim there in the courtyard, how did the victim then go on to take a 10-foot fall?
oh.
All right, order. Yeah, the victim was killed and then fell. That's the case. And the victim must have been killed in her room. Don't you agree?
That is the logical conclusion. Yes, that's right. The victim must have been stabbed by the defendant in her own room. And she was then thrown out of a window down into the courtyard below.
Were there any signs of struggle in Miss Dunham's room? She was stabbed with a sword that would have left a blood stain, wouldn't you agree? Oh, Miss Van Karma, was there any blood? Ow!
No traces of blood were found in the victim's room.
Your whip has just caused traces of blood to be found on my glorious playoff beard, young lady. However, if there was no blood in the
I'm sure there's no need for me to go over this, as I'm sure your honor is well aware. When a stab wound produces the most blood.
when it produces the most blood, yeah, usually when it's extracted.
Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of a blade's insertion.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from a body, that would be when the blade is removed.
Indeed, with the weapon still in place. It acts like a lid on the wound. Oh yeah, that's true. With the weapon still on the body, there wouldn't be much bleeding. You know, unless she was completely run through with the thing, which based on the amount of blood going up that fucker, it's potentially very viable.
We have come to a conclusion then.
Yeah, the conclusion is you like whipping things for no reason there, eh?
The victim was thrown out of the window with the sword still in place. This removes all of the contradictions.
Yeah, with the exception of why. Order. God, I must admit this is a probable version of the events. I'd expect no less from Franziska von Karma. She locates and takes control of every vital point while committing felonies by assaulting the judge. Hey, humful you want, you cross-eyed, silly, sassy little piece. All right, well, it seems that we need a clearer testimony from the witness. Remove all supposition on your part and tell us only the facts, please. Which, based on your chosen way of vernacular, that's got to be pretty hard. Witness, please remain standing on the crate.
Hey, don't go selling me short now. The weight of the winter snow has bent me out of shape. Especially my back and in my mood.
Sister, please give us your testimony. I will give you a vigorous massage once we are finished here.
With the whip.
Oh boy, okay. I don't like that, especially the way she look at me. That doesn't make me feel very good. She the chubby chaser, I think. Oh, you trying to go down on me like you eating a roast beef sandwich? I don't like that. I want the kind of shine made in the legs of the sword, not the scabbard, you know what I mean? I'll tell you a thing.
Okay.
She did some kinky shit, I don't like it. What the hell is wrong with her? First she whip at the judge and she whip at the table, then she gonna turn and whip me. I don't like it. She get 40 lashes across my bum, I won't be able to reach and then it'll hurt a lot.
Zippy, thank you for the gift sub.
Oh yeah, thank you Zippy, you're so good, okay. Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
I tell you a thing, she pretty close to the way she act, but not so much the things she had to say, you know, okay.
You look it up. Look up fucking any Miss Swan skits from Mad TV. I may be going.
I need to at some point. I meant to last week and I didn't. I hate / love this voice. Sentry, we're in agreement on that. I think I'm more on the love side, but it's just. Oh.
Unfortunately, it's like rolling the dice because I'm doing the voice really well, but you never know what's gonna come out my fucking mouth.
Yeah.
The funny thing is like, when I said roll the dice, I'm accidentally making the exact same position my character's hand is in on screen.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Okay, when I did the course of the scene, the show was already in place. Thinking about it now, I didn't actually see her stab Miss Elise. I've never seen so much blood before. That's when I fainted. You can't blame me, can you? And when I woke Miss Amy she was just really dead. And when I woke Miss Amy, she was stabbing Mr. Elise to the back.
All right. Wow, you've been through some shit. All right. Well, this confirms Miss Von Karma's theory.
Von Karma strive for nothing but perfection. Putting together such facts is nothing for me. You should know that, Miles Edgeworth.
As I also know what happened to your father, so perfection doesn't exactly yield what it needs to sometimes. It's an impossibility, Franziska von Karma.
Edgeworth just glares at her, just like, your dad killed mine. You're lucky I'm not bitter about that.
And I'm here to teach you just that, you posh little brat.
Yeah, I wonder how it's never really brought up, but I genuinely wonder, like, after the 4th case of the first game, of like how like Edgeworth and Franziska talked after that is just like, so Franziska, it turns out Manfred killed my biological father. And she'd just be like, probably just like stayed silent, probably just ran away from the conversation like that. It does not seem like she would want to like talk about that shit.
He probably did it perfectly because otherwise he'd be a foolish fool. A foolish fool who fools around while acting foolishly like a foolish fool.
See,
No fooling.
All right, I'm gonna need to push or press a lot on this one.
At the time, was the victim bleeding?
Well, I was very shocked to seeing all of this, of course. Not entirely sure, though. But I don't think I saw any blood. Not then.
I'm sure that you didn't. The weapon was acting as a plug in the wound.
In any case, let's be clear on one very important point. Did you actually see the instance which the victim was stabbed?
Also, Zippy, thank you for the donation, dude.
Thanks, bud.
Think carefully. This is very important.
Apologies for the wee-woos in the background.
Let's see. It Iris we talking about. I'm not thinking. I'm thinking for all I'm what? No, I don't know. When I look over the sword, it was already in Mr. Galice's body. Yeah.
Might not be conclusive, but his testimony supports her theory.
The victim was stabbed in her room and then dropped into the courtyard. I think this proves it rather well, Miles Edgeworth.
So you're saying that you saw the victim's blood?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Some of it had splattered on the Iris, too.
When the defendant was arrested, she was meditating in her room. And her blood-flecked clothing was neatly folded in the corner.
What? The clothes were blood-flecked as well. That seems quite conclusive to me. What should I do? Press the point further. Going back to your previous statement, you said that you saw little bleeding when the victim was stabbed. But now you say you saw the victim bleeding.
When I say that, what I saw is what I saw.
Alright, what'd you see?
Maybe I didn't see the poor woman get stabbed, but I see what I saw. But I saw the girl put the sword out of her plain as day.
Pulling the sword out.
Well, it wasn't exactly pulling, it was more like it came out, you know.
Alright, witness, you'll add this to the statement of your testimony, please?
Oh, was that important?
More important than you can imagine. So it seems that the murderer's pullout game was strong.
Oh my god! I saw the incident in which the blade plunged into the hilt was smoothly drawn out. Okay. I don't know about you, but that doesn't look like to the hilt to me. Not to mention, you know what, I'm just gonna let Edward say it.
Sister Bikini, you are a reliable witness. At least I'd like to think so. But there are too many contradictions here.
What do you mean? You make it sound like I'm a liar. But you're a handsome young man, so I forgive you.
What contradictions are you talking about?
In the scene that the witness claims to have seen, the weapon is thrust up to the hilt in the victim. Furthermore, the killer withdrew the weapon smoothly from the body. However, both of these are complete impossibilities. What do you mean there, Mr. Edgeworth? Ow!
Explain yourself.
I was telling him to do that. To start with, do you think it would be possible to stab someone to the hilt with this? No matter how I look at the defendant, she doesn't appear to be strong enough for that.
Doesn't appear? What meaningless dribble. I too may appear to be weak and frail. But I can crush men under my heel and make them weep should I so choose, and I have chosen.
Alright, the objection stands. You're still a lady, and you know, biological chemistry and all that shit, you're not taking a great sword and cramming it through someone up to the shoulder if you're like a 16-year-old girl, alright? Yeah, anyways, I wiped a bit back there, I gotta admit. I'm convincing. That isn't the only issue here. If this sword was truly stabbed into the body up to the hilt, well, just look at the branches on it. It certainly wouldn't come out smoothly.
That's...
We also have the problem of the amount of bleeding. It's true that when a blade is left in the body, it acts as a plug of sorts. However, when the weapon is shaped like this, it's an entirely different story. The wound would be too large for a blade to completely stop the bleeding.
That's nothing more than conjecture. In reality, the victim was stabbed with the shichisto. Even a weapon of this nature may still sometimes slide out smoothly and may still sometimes stop the blood loss.
Oh, Francisca, I'm not finished.
Of course
There's
you're not.
still one more conclusive contradiction. All right, boy, you still got a lot more to go on there, pal. This one is simple. If the sword really was thrust in all the way to the hilt, why is there only blood on the tip of it?
Oh,
If the witness is telling the truth, then there should be enough blood to be along the entire length of the sword.
no!
It's common sense, Francisca.
Bravo, Miles Edgeworth! Raising this many contradictions from a single piece of evidence. All the other attorneys I know could maybe manage one, if that.
What does that all mean? You've proven contradictions regarding the murder weapon, but having come this far, there can only be one answer.
And that is...
The weapon used to kill the victim was not the Shishishitsu, or the Shishishito. Wait, we'll handle the what, huh?
a foolishly foolish idea born from the foolish mind of a foolhardy foolish fool.
Oh, let's examine this again. What was it that made us think this sword was the murder weapon?
Well, it's because Mystic Army was holding it.
Exactly. However, if you reflect on this, that is only the basis we have to assume such a thing. The impression left by the scene was just too strong. It's what's influencing us. It influenced us to believe that the Shishishito was the murder weapon. All right, order.
So maybe the Shichishito was not the murder weapon. Even if that is the case, it changes nothing, Miles Edgeworth. The sister here saw everything. She saw the defendant stab the victim with a sword-like object.
Now that is true. Your response, Mr. Edgeworth? If that is so, I would like the prosecution to answer the obvious question it raises. The obvious question? Yes, namely, where did the real murder weapon disappear to? It goes without saying that the police searched the main hall and the surrounding area. Perhaps the prosecution can enlighten us as to if a sword-like object was found.
That's...
Answer the question, Miss Von Karma.
No evidence of that kind was found.
Just what I wanted to hear. All right, well, there's another mystery to throw onto the pile. A trial without a murder weapon, that's a tricky beast.
Excuse me, could I say that thing? I just remembered something, actually.
What is it, sister?
I was just thinking, it's possible. Just maybe what actually happened was it was over there.
What exactly are you going about there?
The murder weapon, I mean. Like, maybe... I think I might know what the sword was disposed of.
What?
Well then. I think we need to hear testimony from you one more time, sister.
Impossible! What else could this old woman have seen?
Also in the zoomed out shots, Phoenix is actually usually on the right because essentially you're seeing it from behind the witness. So prosecution is usually on left, defense on right, except for when you're actually seeing them talk, then the defense is on the left and then the prosecution on the right. So yeah.
It's because we're seeing things from a different perspective, I think.
Yeah. They do change that. No, they don't.
Okay.
it's
Let's try to
changed-ish.
go from the top, okay? Okay. I saw the murder at around 11 p.m. And after asking it to be reported, I went out to the main gate, and there I saw tracks. Tracks that it could be that a snowmobile had been used. Takes about 15 minutes to walk to Dusky Bridge, but less than 5 using one of those. Maybe they took the weapon into Eagle River and came back when I was knocked out. Iris could have done that. She could drive a snowmobile after all.
Oh, I hate this part of the case. I always fuck shit up here.
Well, ain't that fucky wucky? Alright, there, witness. Tell us everything you know right away next time now.
I'm not the best of shape, you know. What with my back and my age, you know.
Right. There were indeed snowmobile tracks in front of the main gate. Here's a photograph.
A snowmobile, eh? Yeah, I see. Well, it certainly is an interesting theory.
The tracks begin in front of Hazakura Temple and run all the way to Dusky Bridge. That solves your pesky little problem, yes? The Eagle River's current is quite swift, meaning that it doesn't freeze over in winter, making it the perfect place to dispose of the murder weapon.
Did she really go to the river to dispose of the murder weapon? Alright, Mr. Edgeworth, your cross-examination, please.
Okay, this is the testimony that whenever I replay this game, it always fucks me up because I get stuff out of order because I know the answers.
That's
So
yeah. The only way you can sometimes really make these games work is if you don't metagame. It's weird.
exactly, that's why I'm trying to pull myself back and be like, okay.
Oh, my fucking eyes hurt so much, dude.
Blinking all that much.
Like your eyeballs get sore. Like I've actually been partially holding my eyes open a little bit in some cases.
God.
As I recall, that's by the way why the voices keep changing, because I keep getting fucking distracted. Like I think I've
No,
gone
you're
through
fine.
4 different accents with Edgeworth so far.
I
It's
know,
terrible.
I fucking love it. Keep going though.
No, it's really stressing me the fuck out. As I recall, there was a snowmobile outside the main gate when I visited.
Oh yeah, that's it. The only one we have. It'll run no matter how much the snow falls, as long as the gas in it.
Now, you're certain the snowmobile was there when at the main gate when you arrived?
Oh yeah. I tell you, it was parked right in front of the gate.
So she had already gone, discarded the murder weapon, and returned by that time.
I'm not sure if this is really relevant. What should I do? I need answers to every possible doubt. The snowmobile in question, was it still warm at the time?
What do you mean? Wait, hold on, no, what do you mean?
What do you mean, eh?
What do you mean, Miles Edgeworth?
My god, it feels like I'm playing to a slow crowd here. It goes without saying that using a snowmobile will heat its engine. If it was still warm, then it means it was recently used.
I said never thought of that.
All right, I overlooked that too.
Of course you did.
You were asking what the hell he meant too, Lord Carmen. Don't give me any of that horse hockey.
Well, then answer the question, please, witness.
I don't often go around touching a hot engine.
Did you see any steam coming out of the engine casing?
That's probably a little bit too smart for this game, sorry.
However, now that you mention it, there wasn't any snow on it.
Snow?
Yeah, for some reason only the snowmobile wasn't covered into the snow.
There wasn't any snow on it. This is...
What do I feel like Godot is with Phoenix and he's just drinking cup after cup of coffee watching this trial? Like, Godot plays up the act that, like, he hates Phoenix in court, but, like, outside of court, he's like, no, we're total bros.
Yeah. He's just like, you seeing that shit? Like, freaking... He's sitting there just dumping Baileys into his coffee, pounding them back like every 3 seconds. He's just getting good and fucked up.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Have you ever had Irish coffee before?
I have. It's fucking amazing. I fucking love that shit.
Yeah,
The only problem,
yeah. That goes down a little too smooth, if you know what I mean. Like,
oh, it does. And it's also the fact that it's both a fucking stimulant and a depressant. Probably shouldn't mix those, but oh, it's too good.
Yeah. For any of you who have never had Irish coffee, have it.
At
Please.
least once, if you're of drinking age. Just
Yeah, if you're of drinking age. I mean, like, I don't. Why do we have to fucking say that?
I don't know. I'm just covering my bases, dude. I'm paranoid about that shit.
Oh yeah, true.
Now watch it. Now watch. YouTube's gonna flag me for hate speech because I said that.
Because you said Irish coffee?
No, because I don't know, dude. That one time it flagged me for something. I was like, really? I was the one who got flagged for that? Like, it still pisses
Yeah, that
me
was
off.
the
Anyways,
was a really raunchy stream, and they were like, no.
yeah, it's like, no, the Bandicoot's the one that gets silenced, and I'm like, what did I do?
We're gonna misconstrue what you said completely.
Like, come on. Anyway,
It seems highly likely that the killer did use the snowmobile then, eh?
how long does it take to get to Dusky Bridge by snowmobile?
It takes a 15 minutes to walk to Dusky. Oops, I already wrote that. I gotta talk about that. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta.
So the secret. There's a secret to this testimony, and I'm trying to remember the way the game wants you to pull it out.
Then why didn't you use it yourself? You could have spared yourself some walking and some strain on your back.
Oh, yeah, there's a reason for that. Have we got a moment for me to explain?
I mean, that's why he asked the question in the first place there, short stack.
Okay. It was about a month ago. I was driving my beloved in a snowmobile. I call him Pepe, as happy as can be. And I fetched him water and was heading back when I went and I crashed into a tree. The tree and my back both went crunch, just like that. Crunch! It didn't feel so good.
Crunch, oh, that's it.
Yeah, I hadn't been able to find the courage to write anything to it. Anyway, the killer must have used it.
So there's the deep lore of why her back is so fucked up. Snowmobile accident.
I'm just being told not to do it, and I don't know what it is, so.
Okay, hold on. Wait.
That's why I love Nestle Crunch. Ah!
Okay, hold on. I think.
Please
It's
tell me
this
that you
photo
guys know what
itself.
I'm fucking referencing with the fucking Nestle Crunch thing.
I don't. Yes, I got it right the first time. Yes, I remembered finally. Yes.
I admit
Sorry.
this photograph proves something. It proves that the snowmobile was used on the night of the murder.
Wait, the nun's name is Bikini? Yes, her name is Bikini. Well, that's her temple name. We don't know what her real name is, but she chose the name Bikini for herself.
My real name is Samantha Bottom. That's why I go by Bikini, because I got a bikini bottom. Yeah, oh, look at Mr. Squidward. I look at Mr. Squid. He's my favorite.
For fuck's sake.
Yeah. I know all about the Krabby Patty secret formula too. Oh yeah. The same thing as the secret ingredient in the secret ingredient soup. Oh yeah, that's the thing I tell you.
Zippy, thank you for the biddies.
That feels like the most take the fucking bits, you piece of shit, and whip it at my fucking face.
Like, just yeets a dime at your head.
Shut
like,
the
good job.
Fuck up, you idiot. Whip. Like,
Just plink. But no, we do fucking appreciate it. Thank you, Zippy.
more like plink. It'd be more like boink, honestly. It's just fucking.
I mean, I do know a few people that want to boink you. Anyways, you finally accepted the inevitable, it seems, Miles Edgeworth.
I have people aggressively in my DMs telling me to shut up. This is great. However, if what the witness says is true, then why is there only one set of tracks?
What do you mean?
Iris left Hazakura Temple, threw the weapon into the river, and then returned. If that were the case, then naturally there should be 2 sets of tracks in the snow. Those before heading out to the bridge, and those from coming back.
Ah, you're right.
You're forgetting one thing, Miles Edgeworth.
Don't give me that shit about her being a good enough driver to drive over her tracks.
Of course not. On the night of the murder, it was snowing. The tracks leading to the bridge were erased by the snowfall. This removes your precious contradiction now, doesn't it?
I see. While she was at the river, the snow snapped, leaving just the return tracks in the snow. Are we going to have to get into the rate of snowfall needed to fill those tracks in the way that it would have continued to leave an impression irregardless, because all of the levels of the snow would be packing up at an even rate? Do I have to go into depth like that, you dense cunt? Alright.
Oh, pulling out the bad language.
Oh,
no,
yes.
Papa wouldn't have stood for that.
Oh, well, Papa's dead, so...
You always remind me of that.
Well, your father
so-
killed mine, so...
Probably deserved. Anyways, what do you have to say now, Miles Edgeworth?
Is there a flaw in her theory outside of the dead air in her brain? The idea the snowfall covered one set of tracks. The tracks to the river were covered by snow. What a nice theory.
Pop, thank you for the biddies. Sometimes I want to grab the horny bat and bonk ice with it.
However, Miss Von Karma, that is impossible.
Would you care to explain why there is a rude index finger currently pointed in my general direction?
Because I'd be fined if I used the middle one. Sorry, I thought that was pretty good.
That was really good. We're just gonna... Yeah, that's what he said. That's what he said. Ooh.
Harsh burn there. On the night of the murder, the killer went to and returned from Dusky Bridge. In order to dispose of the murder weapon, the outgoing tracks were erased by the snow. Or so claims Miss Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth, present your evidence to the contrary, eh? Evidence that the outgoing tracks were not covered by the snow.
Here we go. The snow only fell until 10:50 p.m.
Witness, please tell us again what time it was when you witnessed the crime.
Like I said, it was around 11.
Of course. This means that the weapon was thrown away after that time, correct? On that note, please take a look at this data. It is the weather report for the Eagle Mountain on the night of the murder. Oh yeah, the weather report. Correct. Snow started to fall at 7 p.m., but it stopped at around 11:50. Therefore, when the sister witnessed the crime at 11, the snow had already stopped falling. It is impossible for any tracks to have been made by that time to have been covered up.
Oh!
All right, order. All right, very well then. Looks like Miss Von Karma's claim has been snowed in. Ow, all right, that was my favorite town from Undertale. That was harsh.
It's too soon to be closing this trial due to snow.
Papyrus wouldn't have done that.
Miles Edgeworth, how pathetic of you to rely on the weather of all things. Answer me this then. When is a weather report ever correct?
Oh, no. You got it all wrong here. This isn't a forecast. This is actual data. Ow!
A forecast, data, all weather reports have some inaccuracies. It may have still been snowing in the vicinity well past 11 p.m.
It's true. We can't be totally sure, eh? Oh, for fuck's sakes. How did she pull that off?
Doesn't feel good to be on the receiving end, does it, Edgeworth?
It had stopped snowing at Hazakura Temple when the murder took place. You need to provide conclusive evidence of this. Oh, I've come this far, there's no turning back now. Gosh, how does right do it? Very well, I too cannot allow any remaining doubt concerning this terrible. Fuck. God, my eyes, dude, my eyes are pissing me off so fucking much.
It's okay, you got this. God, I feel bad, dude. Like,
It's
I can
like
only
it is
imagine.
it is unironically like trying to keep your eye on the road when it is hailing buckets on your fucking car.
Oh, I hate
And you've
that
got
shit.
and you've got the windshield wipers going at like Mach fucking 7.
Yeah, God, I fucking hate driving in that shit.
It is not pleasant.
Huh. You can't back down now, can you? Such a perfectionist, Miles Edgeworth.
Very well then, Mr. Edgeworth. Where's your evidence that it had already stopped snowing when the victim was killed? The fact that Elise isn't covered in snow?
There you go. That's it, exactly it.
Ultimately, it all comes down to one point. That being whether or not it was snowing in the courtyard when the victim was stabbed.
That's right, but proving that is...
Incredibly easy.
What?
Oh, you'd have to be a foolish fool that was foolishly fooled by foolish foolery. If we want to know whether it was snowing or not, this photo will tell us everything. Of course, I'm not referring to the photo of the crime scene. As you can see, everything is covered with snow, with just one exception.
And that is...
The victim herself, Miss Elise Dunim. Why is there no snow on top of her? The answer is simple. It had stopped snowing when she was killed, that's why. In other words, if the killer really did go to the edge of the river to dispose of the murder weapon, then in this photograph there should be 2 sets of tracks. Alright, order. Fuck!
Just what are you suggesting, Miles Edgeworth?
To be honest, I'm not entirely sure myself, but this is simply what all of the facts point to. That night, someone used the snowmobile to leave Hazakura Temple. From the tracks left, it can be understood that they were heading for Dusky Bridge. At that time, it was still snowing.
Of course it was, because those tracks were erased by the snow.
Then, when this person returned to Hazakura Temple, the snow had stopped. Thus, the return tracks remained.
Can I say something? This all sounds a bit fishy to me.
What does, sister?
Well, there is only one key for the snowmobile.
Furthermore, on the night in question, we know that the defendant had it. The key was found in her room after the murder.
Which only means that that night, Iris used the snowmobile to get to the inner temple.
But Iris said that she never went there. I should probably press on this point more when I get a chance. I hope this doesn't turn out to be one of those obnoxious situations in which Wright and his magical sidekick can solve it using their special ghost powers.
Okay, are you ready? Okay. The snowmobile can't go across the suspension bridge because it's a snowmobile and it's a suspension bridge. So she had to let on the Hazakura side of the bridge to go on foot.
Alright, that sounds about right.
But what odd is when I left Iris and returned to the Hazakura temple, I didn't see anything near the Dusky Bridge.
You must have just failed to see it, sister.
I I do the Dungeons and Dragons. I did to make it a perception check. Maybe, but when I went to the Hazakura temple, it was there by the main gate, covered in the snow. Yeah, the snowmobile, I mean. And now what I saw was covered into the snow, too.
But that... Is it possible? Alright, order. What does this all mean? So what was the snowmobile used for? It wasn't taken by the defendant when she went to the inner temple. If it had been, then the witness couldn't possibly have seen it by the gate. Furthermore, it wasn't used by the killer to dispose of the murder weapon. If that was the case, there should be 2 sets of tracks in this photo. All we know is this. After it stopped snowing, someone must have used the snowmobile to return to Hazakura Temple. I never thought a simple snowmobile would cause so much fucking drama. Alright, I think we've learned all we can from this witness.
Yeah, I got anything to add. I told you everything I know.
But then that still leaves us with the same problem. Only there was someone, like a witness, who could testify to having seen that snowmobile. A witness, huh? Was there no one out walking around near the Dusky Bridge on that night?
I don't think that's likely. It was cold enough to freeze your ears off. Only an idiot would go wandering out in that. Unless they had something really important to do, or were like stalking someone because they were sexually interested in them.
Alright, that's a shame. Oh god, hold on. Something's coming to me and I don't like it. An idiot may well have gone wandering around on that subarctic night.
Alright, so Ice, I'm gonna ask you, would you like me to take his voice just for this testimony to give yourself a break if you've been going hard?
No.
Okay.
Your Honor. Actually, there's just might be one individual who may be able to help us. Oh, really? Who's that?
Do you know of someone who might have seen the snowmobile on the night of the murder?
I don't know for sure if he saw it or not. But there are 2 things about him that do come to mind. Which are... First, that he saw something incredible on the night of the murder.
And the second being...
This individual that I am thinking of went wandering around outside on a cold night. In other words, he is our kind of idiot. Mr. Edgeworth, who is this idiot you're talking about?
I don't wanna.
Oh god, this guy must be a product of Jean-Luc Deluxe Guide to Obnoxious French Painting. This is Larry Butts, a disciple of the victim, Elise Doonan. Her student? Oh, that's interesting. And, why was he wandering about outside on the night of the murder? That's... I could tell them all about his designs for Iris, but it may cost us his credibility as a witness before I even call him. He is, after all, an artist.
How much is Larry gonna be a dumbass here? Oh, chat, just wait. This is...
He was perhaps searching for something in the snowy scenery that would move him. Like being hit by a bus and plummeting into a river and dying, although I can only hope as much and can't guarantee that's the reason.
And so, this unfortunate, unreliable-looking man, what exactly was it that he saw?
I intend to extract that from him right here in this courtroom. All right, summon this youth as a witness immediately.
I have no choice, do I?
I believe he's in the gallery for this trial. I'll not take long to summon him. Alrighty tighty then. Larry, you may have escaped me yesterday, but today I am going to get everything out of you.
Oh my.
Alright, the court will now adjourn for a 20-minute break. Ms. Von Karma, please see to preparing the next witness.
Understood, Your Honor.
Good. Well, then, court's now in recess.
Yay!
Ice Wolf speedruns laryngitis.
That's why I'm offering to take his voice.
Why didn't you just take Edgeworth?
Because
Why,
it would be weird going back and forth with defense and prosecution arguing with myself.
Yeah, but you usually don't. You usually are arguing with the fucking witness. Also, you could set up your own fucking jokes then. I don't understand why were you so apprehensive?
I don't know!
Professional Twitch streamer Daniel Bandicoot, afraid of voice acting multiple characters talking to each other because he's normally used to only having
We can switch now!
No, you're just used to having the characters you voice talking to each other. One of them's usually moaning more and harder and bigger, so you just...
How dare you?
Oh, well, you know. There you go.
Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm not really sure what to say.
I know he likes the back and forth, Mizu.
Like I said, you talk with the witness more than you talk with the other person. Iris, we only have 20 minutes. There are two things which I need to ask you before we reconvene.
All right. I'll help you any way I can.
Oh, you had best first about that night. You didn't really go to the inner temple, correct? The last witness claims to have met you and talked with you in the training hall. Either you or Sister Bikini are lying. That was a typo. It shouldn't have been is lying. It should have been are lying.
Mr. Edgeworth, it is just as I said yesterday. Until the incident occurred, I was in my own room in Hazakura Temple.
Very well. The second thing, then. That night, the temple snowmobile was used in between the times Sister Bikini returned to the main hall and when she bore witness to the murder. Sometime between 10:30 and 11 p.m. that night. Were you the one who used the snowmobile?
There is only one key for the snowmobile.
Correct.
The only person who could have used it was me.
So it was you. Why? What made you go out to Dusky Bridge?
I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth.
Fucking hell. Iris.
I can't tell you about that yet.
Yet?
Not until her safety is confirmed.
Her?
The safety of the Acolyte.
The Acolyte? What? Oh god, she must be talking about Maya. Iris, look me in the eye and tell me the truth. Did you kill Elise Dunham?
No matter who or what may come, I could never take a life.
As I thought, no Cyclops. Very well. It is my job to get to the truth. You'll discover this for yourself soon enough.
All right.
I love doing quiet, intense voices like that.
It sets the mood.
Hold on, someone just told me not to mock you.
I will mock him as often as I fucking want to.
He mocks me relentlessly. It's fine.
Yep. I'm despicable. Hold on. I do have to get a drink, though. Otherwise, my throat's going to fall out the back of my ass like it was a used Volkswagen.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Phoenix is gonna have to break her locks, isn't he? Phoenix gave Edgeworth Mug Thomas, so Edgeworth will have to break them himself. Yeah, probably after this trial. Also, yeah, for those that may not be aware, every time Larry takes the stand, some real stupid shit happens every time. Every single time. Larry is the reason we have such a gem of a meme as almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. So, how are you, Dandy? Oh, I'm doing great. I am doing great. How are you all doing? Because this... Oh god, I've gone through this testimony I don't know how many times. I'm not... Every time, I'm not ready for it. I am not ready for it. I forget how many testimonies Larry has. I feel like Bikini had... Her testimony, I feel like, was longer than Larry's is, but... Isn't Larry the reason we had to cross-examine a parrot? Was he the reason? No, I think it was literally they were out of options, and Von Karmo was literally like, "Oh, what's the matter? You wanna cross-examine the parrot for some comic relief?" And Phoenix was like, "Haha, very funny." Wait, actually. And then was like, "Your Honor, we'd like to take the prosecution up on his offer." And the whole court was like, "Wait, what? Clarify what you mean." And Phoenix was just like, "We would like to cross-examine the parrot." And then, of course, Von Karma was like, "No, you're not gonna fucking do that." And then Phoenix was just like, "Well, you're the one who offered. We're just taking you up on that offer." And the judge was like, "Well, technically you did offer it." He was like, "I wasn't being serious." And that's how that happened. So. I am not ready for this testimony.
Why is that, Daniel Bandicoot?
You'll find out. Ugh.
Oh boy, is one of us going to be Dramicki, Virginia.
You'll see. Is the world-based attorney always that insane? Oh yeah, we eventually get to cross-examine a whale. I'm not joking.
Hey, guess what? Someone's intruding on the court proceedings.
Hey, Riley.
Riley, are you going to say anything, or is he, now that you're being held, you're the quietest?
Wasn't that an orca? I mean, orca's a whale, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Riley, why is it that you're always super loud when you're everywhere, but the second I hold you, you go silent and look as happy as a pig in shit?
Yeah, not only do you have to cross-examine that orca, that's your client. So that case is
your client is a whale.
Yes.
Like, all right.
An actual whale, an animal. It does not talk. It's not anthropomorphic. It's not like a robot whale or anything. It's just a legit whale is your client. That's
How do you get paid? How do you get paid?
You don't. It's just like with every other case. Phoenix doesn't get paid shit. Anyways.
All right, court will now reconvene. Sorry, it was actually, I went out to get some poutine. We had it delivered. It was great. It's always great when the curds are squeaky. That's the best kind. Anyways. What? You guys got no class. It's 3 ingredients and they're all perfect, all right? Miss Von Karma, where's the witness?
During the break, a man was detained for suspicious behavior in the gallery.
Suspicious behavior?
He was sketching something very intensely.
Dare I ask what the witness was sketching when he was detained?
He drew a terrifying woman armed with a demonic face and a vicious whip.
That's all I gotta say on that one.
Anyway, it's time to drag this pathetic excuse for an artist before the court.
All right, now, hey, I will not tolerate people talking bad about folks with autism in this courtroom, young lady.
Zippy, thank you for the bid.
Just because he's got autism doesn't mean he's pathetic, all right? That there is not appropriate. That's very uncouth. We do not operate like that in my courtroom, all right there?
Lori Stunim, I hope you're ready. Get in here.
It would seem that that whip is going to see plenty of use today, and I can't wait to see who she uses it on.
Ow! Your sketch is in contempt of this court.
Hey, I was just autistic. Ow!
You tried to run away from the bailiff who was trying to hand you your subpoena, correct?
Look, I'm nothing but a fledgling artist in training out in the mountains. I'm only down here in the city because I ran out of green paint. Well, just to use a technical term for the color, it's viridian. Larry, this isn't an art store, now is it? I know, I graduated junior high, okay?
Oh, that says so much about him. I don't think... Oh...
Look, art's all about working in the fields, isn't it? That one loaded me up with so much material, I'm afraid which one to use.
Don't! Just gloss over it. There's a lot of danger zone right there.
This one's fucking ripe for parody, but at the same time, it's also like threading the fucking needle.
I'm feeling a lot of sirens going off in my brain. Please stop. No.
Woo! The jokes that could be made in this trial are cancel-worthy. Working in the fields, huh? I presume he wanted to say field work. I hope. Yeah, that's it. Thanks, buddy. It's kind of sad that I was able to understand his mangled train wreck of a sentence. I just had to stop in here and found a wonderful new model.
I will whip you so hard.
I'm into it. See, I got nothing to do with this trial at all. Except all your faces to be red when you realize this mistake. Bright red. Or to use the technical term, Crimson Lake. Ah! Oh! Ow! Oh, God! Ah!
Stop your pathetic blabbing and testify like a man.
Refrain from whipping me, Von Karma. Cross-whipping is as bad as cross-checking. Witness, was that all your fault? That was all your fault. Testify now. Oh, this is too much for me, man.
I love how it's like 5 seconds of being on the stand. He's already public enemy #1. Also, yeah, Franziska hates Larry. He drew her as a demon with a whip. Like, I imagine it was like one of those Oni with like their like tongue, like kind of like like one of those types.
I am so sad that that's not a part of the evidence for this trial. I would have loved to see that.
I know, like I feel like that's exactly how he drew her though, and that's why she's so pissed off.
I was at the lodge out in the mountains looking up at the stars at night. I walked to the bridge a number of times, but I didn't see a snowmobile. I didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either. The girl I was waiting for didn't show up either. My teacher died on me. I'm all alone now, aren't I? I hope that like you can just fucking look on that I'm alone edgy thing, and if you press it, Edgeworth literally just goes, shut up. I just imagine Edworth scolding him like a dog.
Like, shut the fuck up. I am not your friend.
No. Now go,
not your friend, never have been.
Now go piss in a corner where you belong. I love how universal the hate for Larry is.
He's a goddamn neat. That's why everyone hates him.
So few times in history have we seen such unified hatred. Mussolini,
Hitler, Larry Butts.
Like, the reason is every time he gets on the witness stand, he is always like the pivotal moment of a case, but the way he is always so obnoxious in how you get to that point. And this situation is no different. I am... Oh... Anyways.
Only difference
We'll
between him and other obnoxious people that talk too much is that he didn't borrow $1 million from his parents. Anyways. I take shots at both sides. Don't give me shit.
I know you do.
All right, witness, please refrain from talking directly to the lawyers there in your testimony. I'm just a nobody! Nothing but a small-time, worthless man, aren't I? When was I asked for my name and occupation or anything else? Honestly, I think it's because nobody gives a shit. We just kind of wanted to whip the shit out of you once we got you in here and we got distracted, you know? Mr. Edgeworth, this man seems to have quite a severe... He's got a complex. I don't know what kind. He's recently been the cause of numerous incidents. I think he's finally realized for himself just how much of a nuisance he's been to other people. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm behind everything, every case. Watch out, okay? Just touching me will make you eternally unhappy. Yeah, I'll tell every lady I know about that little fact, I guess. Yeesh. Anyway, let us proceed with the cross-examination with no touching. Thank you. We can delve into the other details at a later time, probably in a scornful, mocking YouTube video.
God. All right, here we go.
Larry Butts, turbo version. We'd like to review your Reddit history. I've noticed here that you're at the Brain Cell subreddit quite frequently. That's gonna have to come up at some point. I'm sorry, I was having too much fun with that one. Shut the fuck up.
No, you're fine. I was just letting you go. I was fucking entertained.
Larry, you really didn't see it. Hey! You don't need to hit your desk. I can hear you. I didn't see it. I didn't see the snowmobile. Larry, say snowmobile for me, please. Snowmobile? If you truly have nothing to hide, then why are you stammering like you just flew over a cuckoo's nest? Shut up! I didn't know! Don't ask me! Seems that I'll need to start from a more obvious contradiction. Gonna strike a blow that'll finally get him to spill the beans.
Also, we can't.
What if
the statement about him like crying to Edgeworth was excluded from testimony, sadly. But
damn, wouldn't it be great if like just the entirety of fucking questioning him was just mocking the shit out of him and breaking him down emotionally to the point where he just shits his pants on stand?
honestly, out of all the witnesses to do that to, he would be the one. Also, he absolutely did see someone at the bridge that night. Shut the fuck up, Larry.
Larry Butts. I can understand why you might want to throw your old life away. Honestly, I'd love to throw your old life away with you attached to it. You're pathetic and you cause all sorts of trouble. I'm sorry. But having realized just how much of a nuisance you have been, that could be considered a step in the right direction. Are you trying to console me? It doesn't sound that way to me, no. However, I cannot forgive you for simply turning away from the incidents you create. You're totally pinning this on me! Now then, let us talk about the night of the murder. Sister Bikini, after seeing the murder take place, asked Phoenix Wright to report it. Thus, he headed for the public phone by the bridge.
I'm sorry, I just have to say this. Why does Phoenix's photo look like, look, Mom, I was all dressed up for school photo day? Like,
Everybody else has an actual photo took. They use
Yeah,
Phoenix's motherfucking
like-
driver's license ID.
like, he's just like, I'm so proud I got all dressed up. Like, fucking Pearl has a better fucking, like, picture than he does. Like,
Does she? Because she's just looking down.
Yeah, like, I don't
No,
know.
like look at Pearl's.
Yeah.
Look at her eye position in relation to her ear line. She's looking down.
I
That,
think
or the artist forgot how far up eyes, nose, and mouth are supposed to go on a head because this child's got like
they just forgot to move the ears down a bit.
Yeah.
I know. Well, it's because if you move, the larger the forehead, the younger the character looks. Like, if that's
Okay.
So-
Here
but,
here we are traveling far. Yada yada.
No, I know, but like if you look at the eye position of all the other characters, like you can see that they use the eye position to determine age. Like,
Is that why Gumshoe's eyes are lopsided?
oh god, they are. I'm done looking at that.
There he happened across a certain nefarious individual. You, Larry Butts. That's right, me in the flesh. Listen carefully here, witness. It doesn't matter if you change your name, so long as you remain pretty pathetic, you'll continue to cause these incidents. The reality will not change. But what do you want me to do then? Larry, what you need to change is your inner self. But for now, what you saw that night, testifying truthfully about this one issue, is all I need from you. Edgy, I think I've finally woken up! Well, I guess I can still be sleeping. But anyways, I'll do it, I'll testify! Well, I'm not sure this will go especially well. You have any idea how difficult it is to mood whiplash the way I'm acting to each one of his various cocked up facial expressions?
Yeah, I know, and I also accidentally just pressed the right click, which skipped the judge's text. So
Honestly,
Fucking
he just
great.
he didn't say anything important. He's just Canadian.
it's just Canadian accent telling him to go on. That's it.
Yeah, do the thing, Larry. I went to the shack at around 9, so it would have been like 10:30 p.m. How the fuck do all these people know exactly what time they're doing everything?
I have no idea. It's convenience for the plot. Also, Zippy, thank you for this gift sub.
I was lying under my bedding when a white flash almost blinded me.
I fucking love how he's got his cans of Monster, a couple oranges, and his book of manga there.
Those aren't oranges.
What are those?
Those are a nefariously obnoxious fruit that you see a lot in Japan that are orange adjacent, but everyone hates them. And I can't remember the fucking... I can't remember the name that... Hold on.
That is so fitting for Larry. That is just so fitting. Persimmons?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's a persimmon.
Oh, God. Of course it is.
Yeah,
of course
and
it is.
People fucking hate the taste of them. It's funny. I looked out the window and Dusky Bridge was on fire! There was still some thunder, but I went out right away to check it out. That's when I ran into Nick.
Oh, God.
Well, you certainly saw quite a bit now there, didn't you?
So, what happened to the bridge after it caught on fire?
It was like me after a 3-day stint chasing a girl. It totally burned out, like almost totally gone. And trying to cross the burning remains was what caused Nick to fall.
What did you say?
Don't worry, it's nothing life-threatening. He just caught a cold.
I never know with that man if he should be called lucky or unlucky.
All right, now, Mr. Edgeworth, please commence your cross-examination.
Also, in that moment, Franziska showed at least a shred of compassion for Phoenix there.
That is true.
Like, the tiniest shred of compassion. Character growth.
What the fuck? Butts needs to hurry because I think Ice's husband and Dandy's boyfriend might be waiting for them at home. Then again, they might be working at home. Do you not realize that we're not sitting next to each other in real life?
No.
No. Like
We're
as
miles away.
as he's in the living room playing Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, Dandy's sitting in his apartment and Mithane's probably playing Pal World.
Yeah, he's in his, yeah, as he's there in the chat, actually. So he might be playing Tears of the Kingdom at his desk.
No, he's in the living room.
Ah. Yeah, I don't know where Myth is. He might be in chat. He might be hanging out. Or he might be doing, I don't know. I'm not his keeper. He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Mm-hmm.
I don't keep him on a leash. We ain't that kind of relationship. Anyways.
Okay, well, let's go.
Let's see. This fucking. Okay.
You said right away, but exactly how long after the strike was it? The lightning fell and then the bridge caught on fire, maybe around 5 minutes? I mean, I suddenly thought, gotta go check this out!
How far is this small shack you've earned from the bridge?
Hold on, well, it had pretty much stopped snowing. I guess about 5 minutes worth of a walk? And how did Dusky Bridge look at that time? Like I recovered a piece of my childhood. I mean, it's not even the bonfire kids make during school camping trips can compare. Well, should I press him for a little more info, or? Why didn't you call for anyone? Because I'm an idiot! Oh, well, there we go.
It's one of these two. I'm trying. You know what? Fuck it. I'm not gonna try and remember. I'm just gonna roll with it.
Larry, let me ask you one thing. What is it, Edgy? What's the serious face for? Why didn't you call anyone? Huh? What do you mean? Normally, when faced with a towering inferno, one would try and tell someone. There is a public phone right by Dusky Bridge, correct? Well, of course, I thought of doing that. All right, well, let's hear why you didn't. Huh? Oh, yeah, okay, reason. My reason, it isn't that I didn't try to tell anyone, I just didn't have time to, okay? God, I want to strangle him so bad.
Arrived at the bridge, Nick showed up less than a minute later. Oh my god. Okay. Lightning struck Dusky Bridge at 10:45. Around 30 minutes passed between the fire starting and going out. Okay, so it was blazing for about 30 minutes. And when Phoenix showed up, the fire was almost completely out. I know how this testimony goes, but I forget if... Is this when I do it? Okay, good.
Your very existence being a contradiction. I'm not sure if you can grasp this or not. Hey, gee, you made it sound like some sort of an alien. But your testimony is conclusively contradictory.
Hey, Ice and Danny, Mr. Kudo is on Larry's clothing. You're kidding me. That's not Mr. Kudo. Not by a long shot. That's not, that's a monkey. That is fucking, I've just realized that's a fucking monkey from the third case in the first game. Mr. Monkey, the fucking Global Studios mascot. Oh my god. I'm pretty sure it is anyways. Oh god. Continuity, dude, there's a lot of continuity in this series. They actually do reference a lot of shit. You want a prime example of that? Play the original trilogy and go back and play the first game's bonus case on the DS. Well, I guess it's on every console from here on out, because the fifth case, the SL9 one, that one was so many references to the whole trilogy. Anyways, sorry.
The problem here is time. I've never been the best timekeeper, you know. 3 minutes after Billy leaves on foot, you follow him on your bicycle. How long does it take for you to catch up with him? Terrible at those. You might not have been if you had graduated high school. This one is much more simple. You saw the lightning strike Dusky Bridge and immediately went to see what happened. Is this correct? Yeah! Well, I wasted about 5 minutes first, but more or less. I have the weather data from the night of the murder here. According to this, the lightning fell at 10:45 p.m. You say it takes less than 5 minutes from the shack to Dusky Bridge. Meaning you probably got there at around 11 p.m. That sounds all about right, I guess. Then Nick showed up and did his falling act. That is impossible.
What do you mean?
11 p.m. is when the murder occurred on Hazakura Temple. Thus, Wright was still there in the courtyard. There is no way that Larry could have encountered him at Dusky Bridge at that time. Excuse me, I have an objection! You do? Angie, how many times do I have to say this? I'm not Larry, I'm Larissa.
It has not been proven that the murder occurred at 11 p.m. The sister only said around 11. In which case, it could have been earlier than that.
Watch your footing here, Miss Francisca Von Karma. The slope ahead is slippery. Hold on 1 second.
Okay. Hi, chat. How's it going? 8? Yeah, I think it's like 8 times. A lot. There's a lot of times he's been whipped, and honestly, every single one of them has been deserved. Like, good lord. Deserved.
Sorry, the fucking heater kicked on, and like it smelled like something was on fire for a hot minute, and I had like I was like, oh, fucking what the hell's going on?
It's a bit of a spicy heater. Doing his job a little too well.
Yeah, well, the vent's directly over my head, so any fucking dust or klodge up there gets pumped down, and I got a really keen sense of smell.
Yup.
So, which, fun fact, that's another weird thing that disease does.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, fibromyalgia can actually make your sense of smell get better. It's weird.
That is... I would love to know why.
It's obnoxious. I don't know what it is.
I want to know why. That intrigues me.
Makes me a slightly better cook, too.
That would make sense.
You see, there is still no way that Wright could have been at Dusky Bridge at 11 p.m.
And why not?
It's clearly written here in the weather report. It took around 30 minutes for the bridge to burn. Therefore, the bridge must have been burning until at least 11:15. Which means what exactly? Wright did not see the bridge while it was being consumed by flames that night. In fact, he did not arrive on the scene until the flames had died down. Larry, you arrived at the bridge at 11 p.m. Wright did not make it there until at least 11:15. I suggest you stop hiding things and just tell us the whole truth. Now then, what happened during these missing 15 minutes? I feel like I just got brutally woken up by toilet splashback.
Ugh.
I guess I was still sleeping after. Get off the case! All right, order, order! Ah!
So there was a missing 15 minutes prior to meeting Phoenix, right? I hardly see that as much of a problem.
Yeah, not much of a problem at all. Really? The bridge is burning before your eyes, and there's a phone right next to it. Why then did you not report the accident? Yeah, witness, why didn't you? They were like simply just you just there watching the bridge burn. That's kind of a dick move, honestly.
What's that song? Rihanna did the song. I can't even remember it now. It's been so long.
Rihanna's cringe.
Dare you?
Because I'm a judge. What are you gonna do? Object? And therein lies the problem. For even after the bridge had burnt out, he was still there. Staring into space, this witness didn't even attempt to fulfill his civic duty.
That's what it sounds like.
Ah, but this is Larry we're talking about, and even he's incapable of being that stupid. Which means there has to be a reason for his inaction. Edgy. I think it's about time I get serious with you, dude. Just as I thought, you've been playing with us all this time. Listen, I'm gonna tell you everything. You sure you want to hear it all? Yes. I may really say it this. Ah!
Then say it.
Very well. I have I got just a really bad, horrible feeling about this. However, let's have that witness finally give us the whole truth. Even though it's just, wait, do these people not understand what lying under oath is? Like you get up here, you're supposed to tell the truth. Like that's how you're supposed to be scared, genuinely shitless to tell a lie. Do you have any idea what perjury is? None of you guys seem to care about perjury. I am so tired of people lying in me and my cousin's quorum. This is just absolutely disgraceful. All of you really need to be whipped more often by Francisca von Karma. Now, for these 15-minute gap, what were you doing, witness?
Perjury, the thing that's used as a plot point once and then never brought up again. So, like, we know it's a thing in this world. Yeah, people lie anyways.
Sup, Radio Raptor, and yes, this man is Larry Butts. He is a complete pucking futz.
Yeah.
I'm a Doonim. I'm an artist. What do you think I was doing? Sketching in front of the bridge. I was whipped up into an art frenzy. The shock and awe I was feeling, I transferred it all directly onto the page. Before I realized it, the flames had gone out, and then he came running up. Then where's the fucking painting, Larry?
You're gonna regret asking that.
Larry, where did you put the fucking painting, Larry? I need to know, Larry. For the last father fucking time, would you stop making a mockery of my life? Well, I suppose artists can be strange folk. That's right! I'm willing to sacrifice everything in order to draw the perfect sketch and then go home to play RuneScape!
He would be the kind to play RuneScape, I say as someone who played RuneScape religiously.
Including the truth from the sounds of it. Mr. Edgeworth, has this removed the last of your doubts? Oh, not at all, Your Honor. One large doubt still remains, and that one is still sitting on the witness stand. And what would that be? This is a surprisingly believable story, especially considering it's coming from Larry Butts. So why did he think he needed to hide it from us until now? I intend to drag the reason out of him. You'll regret this, Edgy!
Yeah, we sure fucking will.
Alright, Dandy, I need to just give me one tiny hint. Is it a felony?
No, but it should be.
Oh.
You were sketching a burning bridge. The burning bridge and everything that came with it. What came with it? You want to hear this from my lips, huh, Edgy? You regret this? That sketch of mine is home!
Enough. Just take that ridiculous sketch of yours out already, Witness.
What are you talking about? I know what you mean. That does indeed appear to be the fastest solution, yeah. I'll leave it to you, Mr. Edgeworth. What should I do? I've got a terrible feeling the instant that sketch is revealed, the entire world may be changed by what's depicted there. Larry, I swear to God, if it's a woman that's mostly in that picture, I'm going to strangle you. Well, even if I couldn't imagine it'd turn out like this. Imagined what? The Larissa Nim's debut would take place here today, like this? Ouch!
Show it now.
Okay, but still yourselves, it's a work of art! This is the world of Larissa Nim!
What'd you think? There is incredible artistic talent on display here.
That's Crayola. Well, so, oh man, you know, like, you know, they say that if you can't actually draw, you're not really qualified to criticize art. But my daughter, she's 8, and even she knows that when you're hitting up them there Crayolas, you gotta push really hard to get the oils to transfer onto the paper. Then you scrape it off with a knife, and you get nice even color distribution. And so she's 8, and you're a grown ass man. And I don't honestly think that even belongs on a refrigerator. Burning Lady in the Sky aside, which, what the fuck? But like really, there's a lot of, the color grading is substandard. You can really see the grains of everything. And the worst part is that you somehow managed to like go to this level of detail in the freaking snow, being as dumb as humanly possible while you were doing it. Like, you got the flames upside down. I can't tell if this is from this side or if this is a perspective view. Why do the planks of the bridge look like a zipper? Are those the planks, or is that like the suspension? Are we looking at this from the side? Is this a side view or a top view? Where's the perspective in this picture? Do you know what perspective is? You're supposed to be learning how to do the drawings here, all right? Now what you just did was you crapped up a lot of color on the paper, and you're proudly holding. We don't have any magnets in refrigerators in my courtroom. And there's no proper way to, do you want a pat on the head, Larry? Is that the problem? Do you honestly think you can waltz this garbage into the courtroom and just get away with this? I've seen children do better than this on the reg. My daughter did a very pretty elephant, and she was able to color within the lines. I don't know what the hell you're doing here. What is it? Tell us the message that you were going for outside of a loud, wet fart sound. You put more. You ever like interact with people that got a secretly disguised fetish, and they like put way too much emphasis into like the one part of it? Like, they draw a normal person laying down, but they spend like 4 hours on the feet alone, like, and you know that the guy put all that effort onto the feet, just vaguely trying to disguise his fetish. That's kind of what's going on here, because you got this really dog water looking bridge, and then that lady's just up there. Like, you put enough detail into that I'm assuming you wish you would have jumped into the front of your pants right there.
I don't know what you're going on about, Larry, but this is absolute garbage, you know? And I don't do art for a living. I'm a judge. I've just had kids and I've seen them do better than this. You are impressive. You are absolutely impressive, Larry, and you disgust me. And I can't wait personally to watch you get physically flayed by both the prosecution and the defense equally. What I'm providing right now for you is just an opportunity for you to slip your Kevlar overalls on, boy, because you're going to get absolutely eviscerated. So this is Dusky Bridge, correct? Quite a large bridge, isn't it? Your response, Miss Von Karma?
Yes, well, it's a better drawing than I expected.
No, back that up. You can't
To be fair, Your Honor, I expected much less from this man.
You expected less.
I am surprised he knows what color fire is.
I'm also very impressed that it's not a stick figure. We got above stick figure. We got amorphous, vaguely lady-shaped blob out of it, but we're slightly. That's step 2 after stick figure. So yeah, isn't it great? I struggled to reproduce those flames. I really did. Yeah, I'm not sure you did. I want to die. At this moment in my life, I have never wanted to die as much as I want to die right now. I made myself disappear for a year under the assumption that I was dead. And only now that I'm back and have endured an incredibly long flight, where I am now suffering both from jet lag and extreme frustration, am I sitting here staring face to face with a man who somehow has the mind of a chunky chimp and a child violently mashed together into one hideous, homogeneous mess of a human being called Larry Butts. Why is my life pain? How does Wright do this? He's had to do this 5 separate times. I'm going to need to start drinking again after one. I want a tequila now. No one has the courage to bring it up, it seems. This mysterious flying object that may or may not be a woman. Larry? What is it, Edgy? Your art skills are absolute shit. You're an embarrassment to anything vaguely considered an artist. But what is that unfortunate looking figure in the air? Oh, you spotted that! I thought you might! However much I might want to ignore it, I can't, no. It's Iris, of course! Iris! I love Iris!
Iris!
She's great!
Iris!
I love her!
Iris!
I guess I'm talking about.
I'm gonna die.
I wish she'd taken better care of herself. We have to plan our future, you know? What would happen to her if she had injured herself flying like that? Fucking Larry, please answer this next question honestly. Okay. Are you really claiming to have seen this?
Zippy, thank you for the single bit. The single bit. I love it. Oh my god, I am crying.
It's great because it's one bit, but it also is a perfect response to the amount of pain I'm in. Are you claiming? Oh God. To have seen the silhouette of the defendant flying over the bridge that was engulfed in flames? Yep, that's what I saw. That's why I drew it. I'm an artist, a real bona fide artist. All right, the girl. She really is high up in this picture, boy. I thought that was just you not knowing how to draw a character on the same plane as anything else, but you're...
I love how they went, are you high? And then he follows up with that because I think fucking marijuana reference would have pushed this game into M territory. So they had to do this to keep it like, oh no, see, this is totally a T-rated joke here.
That girl, she's really high up in this picture.
Yeah, they tried really hard to keep that T rating until the 5th game where they were like, fuck it, M rating.
Ah, what the fuck was that for?
This is all a bad dream. I was hitting you on the cheek to test that theory.
Please whip your own cheek from now on if you wish to test your farkin' theories. Anyway, ouch. Well, I'm still awake. Whew. No court of law will ever acknowledge that people could. Oh, this seems very familiar to what my cousin had talked to me about a while ago. This is,
Actually, there is some precedent for this.
Oh boy. Yeah, she was flying pretty high, my sweet little Iris. She was about 30 feet above the bridge, at least. It was really something to see. This has to be some sort of fucking drug-addled mistake. Mr. Edgeworth, please bring the witness back down to earth, or mug him, or something. What? Me? Yeah, this witness is your friend, isn't he?
Accessory to foolishness, Miles Edgeworth.
Oh, shut your clout-chasing lips. All right, let's get back to the cross-examination. Man, I am feeling some pain right in my side. Let's get that cross-examination back by force if necessary. Mr. Edgeworth, when I said by force, I was expecting like some whipping of the, just what? Come on, you could.
Your Honor, I'm too exhausted.
I'm too exhausted. Your arms. Yeah, now your arm's tired. Okay, so I guess you used the last bit of what you had to whip me, you cheeky twart. Anyways, Mr. Edgy Poo, I expect you to expose the obvious contradiction here.
Zippy, thank you for the 4 minutes.
Unfortunately, Your Honor, I cannot expose the contradiction that a man and a woman would copulate to create this creature, but I'll do my best to figure out just what's going on during his testimony.
God.
Looks like I've got another reason to remember this moron. What'd you think of my debut piece? Get that thing away from me.
Horrible sketch. I love how even the game goes all in on dragging him so hard.
Hurry up and cross-examine this yutz. It'd be great if you could just present this and be like, you seriously fucking drew this. Like,
so Iris Line, her white hood fluttering. She wasn't wearing her hood.
Larry, what did you see that night? Not that I particularly care. We are all so tired of you. Hey, in your position, that's just being irresponsible. I drew exactly what I saw. I'll give you the whole dollar's worth. That's the truth, man. I'm not lying. If that is truly the case, then there's one thing that we can say for certain. And what might that be? That the person who flew over that bridge could not have been the defendant Iris. What do you mean? I don't understand. Thank you.
Foolhardy folly of a foolish statement by an equally foolishly foolhardy fool.
Yeah, glad you got your arm strength back there.
How exactly can you make this claim?
Yeah, please. Tell us, Larry, according to this picture, the individual whom you say you saw was wearing a hood and flying, correct? Yeah, of course she was! That rundown shack is quite away from the bridge, so she had to fly, obviously. The hood's what told me my floating angel was my Iris. The hood my darling Iris wears, and and Iris is my darling hood. What the fuck? Ah!
It seems there are bigger fools in this world than the one at the defense's bench.
Larry, there's something you need to be made aware of. On the night of the murder, Iris wasn't wearing her hood. She she'd given it to Wright as a gift. Are you going to change your story now? Perhaps suggest it was Wright who took the flight? What are you talking about? I think you understand that what that means just fine.
What? Why did Nick have Iris's hood?
What?
Angie, what's going on with Iris and Nick? Why you, Nick, you dog!
I do believe that this unbelievably mysterious, horribly made image is destined to disappear, disaccredited and discarded, straight into the garbage.
Ah.
What is it now, witness?
It feels like I've been waiting 25 years for this day to come.
Yeah, okay. Same his whole life. Okay.
Angie, today's the day I get to completely stupefy you.
What? It's stupefy, not stupefy. What's the meaning of your outburst, witness?
I hate to have to do this, but I have some definitive evidence.
Definitive
evidence.
Iris. Oh, sorry.
Iris did indeed come flying over the burning bridge. And I, Larice Dunim, shall prove it.
I didn't expect to ask this again, but we shall be needing your testimony once again, unfortunately. Tell us anything you know concerning the defendant as depicted painfully in this sketch, and show us your evidence that this nightmare was actually a reality.
Okay, I hope you're ready, Edgy. Because I'm gonna feed you a whopping serving of pain.
You already have.
You've been serving us a whopping serving of pain this whole time. Trust me.
Swear to fucking Christ. This man. God.
When I reached Dusky Bridge, she was already gone. I was so worried, so I frantically searched all over for her. That led me to finding a beautiful crystal sphere I've buried in the snow. I'm sure that Iris was simply wearing a spare hood. After all, no one else could have lost a crystal sphere that night.
Oh boy, here we go. Here's a contradiction.
I want to die. A crystal sphere?
This one! Pretty, isn't it? But finders keepers!
That sphere. Where did you find it?
Let me see around here somewhere. Looks about right.
And it was half buried in the snow.
It pretty much stopped snowing by then. But there was still some falling as I walked to the bridge.
The court accepts the crystal sphere.
That's mine, okay? I want it back afterwards.
There's something on it. Oh my God, there's blood. What? Blood?
You ready, Edgy? By tomorrow morning, you'll be calling me Master Larry. Yeah, I like the sound of that. No one's gonna push me around anymore.
Didn't you want to be called Larice Dunim only a few moments ago?
Okay. I think this is the final testimony of Larry's. I think. I hope. No one else.
Larry, that night there was someone who lost a crystal sphere. There was? Who? Who was this stupid idiot? Miss Elise Dunim, your mentor, you fucking dimwit!
The victim?
I have a photo of her right here, holding a staff, and on it you can see a very familiar looking crystal sphere. Hey! That's my photograph! Give it back! Ow!
A crystal sphere like that is quite easy to find. I have one just like it on my brooch.
They look nothing alike, you cantankerous twat! In any case, please take a look at this. This is the victim's staff found at the scene of the crime. Ah, the crystal sphere. It's gone. What? Oh no! What? Just what does this mean? If anyone jumped or flew across the bridge that night, it certainly was not Iris after all. She wasn't wearing her hood. More importantly, the crystal sphere found at the landing site wasn't hers either. That means the one who flew and dropped the sphere was the victim, Miss Elise Dunim.
A fool alongside another fool on a fool's errand to reach a foolish conclusion. First of all, this sketch, which I prefer to call a scribble, is ridiculous. People cannot fly, thus it is rejected. Get it out of my sight.
You can't do that, I saw it with my eyes!
And this crystal sphere, this is nothing more than a red herring.
You honestly believe that?
Give it some thought, and I'm sure you'll realize it as well, Miles Edgeworth. Elise Dunim was in her room on the night of the murder. There was no reason for her to go to Dusky Bridge. Therefore, this sphere cannot be related to this case. That is all.
Miss Francisca von Karma. The only people who will accept that explanation are scatterbrains and clowns! Oh, what are you pointing at me for? The victim's crystal sphere was found near the bridge on the night of the murder. Yet you expect us to believe this has nothing to do with the case?
That crystal sphere, it was probably thrown away at the bridge after the murder.
After the murder?
There is blood on the crystal sphere, isn't there? This naturally suggests that it was thrown away after the murder took place. The killer placed it there to throw off the investigation. Which is the exact same reason that he drew that ridiculous sketch.
What? You mean I'm the killer? Ah!
All joking aside, just when did this crystal sphere appear near the foot of the bridge? Unless this can be proven in some way, I refuse to believe this is related to the case.
She makes a valid point. There's no evidence that Elise Dunim left Hazakura Temple that night. However, if somehow this crystal sphere can be proven to have been dropped before the victim was killed, then this case is going to transform into something else entirely. Your response, Mr. Edgeworth? I want your final opinion on the disposition of this crystal sphere. If it's related to the case, if it's not, then this witness you called, will have been nothing more than a monumental waste of our time.
Prepare yourself for some very appropriate punishment, Miles Edgeworth.
I'm not into incest. Can I prove that the crystal sphere was dropped before the murder took place?
Can I prove it? That isn't the issue. To simply prove it, that's the only option. This is what he'd do. That's the way Phoenix Wright would do this. Your Honor, allow me to prove something to you. I will prove that this crystal sphere is a vital link to solving this case. Oh, you'll do that?
Is that a look in your eyes? You remind me of Phoenix Wright when he is cornered.
That should come as no surprise. Because right now I am Phoenix Wright. And I am indeed cornered. Alright, I order you to present your evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Evidence that proves that the crystal sphere was indeed dropped before the murder.
Well, I mean... Snow was going until 10:50. And then... Yeah, I forget. Is this one literally as simple as present the crime photo that's in the background? Yeah, because this proves that the snow stopped falling by the time that... Yeah. They literally give it to you. Hello, what happened to Phoenix Wright? Is he dead or something? No, he jumped off a burning bridge, fell several stories into a river that has been known to whisk bodies away that will never be found again. He's currently in the hospital recovering with a nasty cold. No other injuries. Just,
you know,
just
when
a
you
bad
say
cold.
when you say it that way, it really does make it seem like whoever wrote this game needs a slap across the penis.
No, because there was one other person who completely survived that.
Oh yeah. This
So there
crystal
is precedent,
sphere, this crystal sphere, it was half buried in the snow, correct? That's right! If I hadn't stopped snowing, then it would have been game over, man! Game over! The snow would have totally covered it! Well, that's all I needed to hear from you, Larry. Your testimony makes one thing quite clear. What's that? When the crystal sphere was dropped, it was snowing, even if it was ever so slightly.
Snowing?
On the other hand, let us look at the scene of the murder. As proven earlier today, there is no snow on the victim's body. Oh! Therefore, the crystal sphere must have been dropped before the murder.
What?
Alright, hold your bippy there. Order. On the night of the murder, the victim did indeed go to Dusky Bridge. And there something occurred that caused this staff's crystal sphere to come loose. What? What would have caused that? The sphere. There's some blood on it, isn't there? Allow me to raise a certain possibility at this junction. The real crime scene was near the foot of Dusky Bridge.
The murder didn't take place in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. Only a fool would suggest such a foolish piece of absolute foolishness.
Just who's the fool and which part is foolish, Miss Von Karma?
Have you been paying any attention this whole time, Miles Edgeworth? The sister saw everything. She saw the victim being killed by the defendant in the Hazakura Temple courtyard.
That's not exactly true, now is it? To put it more precisely, what she saw was the murder weapon being removed from the victim's body.
That's the same thing.
No, it isn't.
Ugh.
You said it yourself.
Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of a blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from a body, that would be when the blade is removed.
If that statement is the truth, then Dusky Bridge could very easily be the scene of the murder. The murder weapon was not removed, thus there was no bleeding.
You are forgetting one vital thing, Miles Edgeworth. Miss Elise Dunham's body was found in Hazakura Temple. On foot, it takes 15 minutes to travel from Dusky Bridge to Hazakura Temple. You mean to suggest someone carried the body all that way?
Oh, I've made it this far. The only place to take this is to the end. I just need to prove that my version of the events also perfectly seems plausible. If the defense is ready, the court would like to take that explanation. Please show us the method by which the victim's body was carried to Hazakura Temple. Snowmobile, obviously. On that snowy night, there was one way that that body could have been moved. The snowmobile.
Oh,
As we know, the snowmobile was used that night. It was explained as having been used to dispose of the murder weapon, but it could also have been used to carry a body. All right, order! Ah!
this is completely unacceptable, Miles Edgeworth. You've dug yourself into your own grave.
And what do you mean by that, Francisca?
The only one who could have used the snowmobile was the defendant. She's the one who moves the body. Doesn't that put the final nail in your coffin?
You're too late, Francisca von Karma. And in fact, the defense has proven something else entirely. We have shown that this case requires further investigation.
What?
Where was the victim Elise Dunim really killed? If her body was moved, whatever for? And finally, just what does this image mean?
Do you even need to think about that? Such a creature could never see the truth, let alone describe it.
This witness certainly sits on one of the lowest possible branches of humanity. However, he would never utter a lie that would hurt a girl with whom he is enamored. He drew this, so it's something that actually happened. The defense stands firm on this point.
Edgy! Thank you!
Hell, that settles it then. I cannot give a verdict under these circumstances. Oh, right. I seem to have fulfilled my part in this. Well, it's just as I thought. Francisca von Karma, you make a wonderful partner.
Excuse me.
There was one reason and one reason alone for me being here. To expose the darkness lurking in this case and then pass it on to Wright.
Really? That's what this was all about? You could have just told me that from the very beginning. Then I wouldn't have had Francie whipping the guy!
Miles Edgeworth. I don't care about what you were here to do. This was my chance to finally grind you under my heel.
A shame that your chance seems to have slipped you by.
What is she? Yeah, you fuck!
This is all your fault. Such a terrible witness. You are an affront to all the legal system stands for.
Oh, God!
I demand satisfaction!
Fuck!
Well, I can't believe that the witness's testimony relates to an actual event, but I sure did love watching him have the ever-loving shakakas whipped out of him. That there was a show. However, there has to be some sort of answer for these questions it raises. Haven't his words here today been truth or lies, or what? Next time we gather in this here courtroom, those are the matters that we will be addressing. I'm counting on thorough investigations on both parties of the defense and prosecution. And with this, the rest is up to you, right? Court is now adjourned.
Hey, Zippy, thank you for the 25 bits. Yep. Next time. Woo.
Boy, it sure was great to work my voice out like that. Unfortunately,
that's why.
Seems like for the rest of the night, I'm gonna be sounding a little fucked up.
That's why I offered. I offered to
Oh, I wanted to make sure you could have had a fun time too, Dandy.
I offered to
Did you guys
take
hear me?
Larry's
Did you guys hear me get to go from like normal sounding to more and more ragged as that went on? It's like, oh yeah, by the way, we're gonna be finishing off by making Ice yell like crazy.
I'm so sorry. That's why I was offering to take Larry's voice.
No, because I don't want you to have everybody at the office be like, why do you
Bro, it's
sound
fine.
like? Why do you sound like that? Like, you know, like.
I mean, I would just say Vic got very loud on stream last night. They know that I stream. They've asked me for the stream channel. I'm like, sorry. I keep personal and work life separated. I'm fine with telling you that I do stream. I'm not telling you what the stream channel is. Anyways, oh, Zippy, thank you for the 100 bits, dude. Yeah. Anyways, that was a
I'm gonna need more than whiskey for this one. Although now my voice is raw enough that I could easily slip into talking like Shin Shu.
oh God.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm in
That's
that.
great.
I got that raw like log in the back of the throat from all the screaming.
God, I'm so sorry.
It's just
thank you for
it's Larry. Larry is throat murder personified.
Yeah, luckily you won't have to do much more in this case. That was like the bulk of it.
Oh, good.
Yeah, no, he barely appears. But yeah, I'm very excited for the rest of this case. I'm wondering if it's gonna take 2 or 3 streams. If we do 2, the last one is gonna be long.
All right.
But yeah, thank you everyone for the subs, for the people that follow the first time people here. Love having you guys here. The biddies.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks all very much. It means a whole hell of a lot. Just seeing the one bit there, just like
I love it. I love it so much. There was fan art. Yes, there was a little bit of fan art actually this time. Let me double check here.
I'd like to cheer on Ice Wolf for his laryngitis that he just acquired.
Yeah, so Brem did a little something. So let me get that. If it'll computer, can you please say there we go. All right, let me get this up here and then we'll find someone to raid. All right, here's the fucking picture from Brem. Ice's eyes are going burr. He's fine. He's fine. It's fine. All this is fine.
Ow.
All is good. His eyes, his throat. Ice is fine. We'll get it. We'll get him a nice spa day. Everything's gonna be fine.
Oh yeah, and tomorrow I draw a lot.
So won't Riot and Edgeworth end up going against each other towards the end? You guys will see. You guys will see what happens. This case gets even crazier than what you saw last night or tonight. Oh god. Who are we rating, Ice?
Well, honestly, Dandy, I was going to leave that one to you.
Okay, let's see here. Looking at my list, not the only person right now is Kincaid, so unless you have someone new to yeet people at.
Nobody knew, no.
Alright, I'm gonna yeet him at Kincaid then, get the raid going. Looks like Kincaid's playing more God of War, so you guys get to have fun with that. Send Kincaid our love. Take care, everyone.
Drive safely as well, by the way. Don't forget that part.